AAAworktrucks.com, AAAworktrucks.com. I'm Alex Barth on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Joe Murray has you next at 6:30.
Diving effort. He's got a breakaway. Goes to the backhand. Throws it in front. Coming to the slot.
The Sports Hub.
Take this damn parade. Who cares? Joe. There's a 2-mile wait to get past the damn green line.
Anyone who gets hit by a bear in the neighborhood, call Joe Murray.
I happen to trust Joe Murray.
First time I ever met Joe Murray was at
ourselves an abbreviated full show tonight as the Celtics return. They're back on a West Coast road trip following the All-Star break in Golden State tonight. We'll have it for you. All the coverage here on 98.5 The Sports Hub begins at 9:30. We'll hand things off to Grandy and Max with the tip-off just after 10 p.m. We'll certainly get into the green. The Red Sox. Oh, sounds like there's been improvements, according to some major outlets. And the grades are out for the offseason for the teams. And, well, the Red Sox, they seem to have done pretty well, according to some writers. So we'll have that for you tonight here on the show. There's a lot of Patriot stuff. Max Crosby, A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown spoke about playing for Mike Vrabel. We'll have that for you later on in the show tonight. There's odds, betting odds, when it comes to the win total for the New England Patriots this year. That came out today. I'll have that for you throughout the show tonight. And we'll hear from Barstool Greeny. With the Celtics coming back tonight, we'll hear from Dan Greenberg, get his thoughts on the Celtics. So we'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. We're also on YouTube tonight. Last night, we were slammed with YouTube viewers, so it's real easy to do. Just go to youtube.com. You can search 98.5 The Sports Hub, and then right from there, you'll see the Joe Murray Show. You just click that, and boom! You'll see me in my little short chair that I need to change during the breaks. But I am ready to go here tonight on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Opening Take is presented by Super Service Today. When your heat or hot water goes out, waiting isn't an option. Super Service Today's warehouse in Danvers is overstocked with water heaters, furnaces, boilers, and heat pumps. And they offer same-day replacement, whatever it takes, day or night, and always done right. Contact superservicetoday.com. So, the Celtics are finally back in action tonight. It's been a while. And, I think a lot of the talk right now is that the Celtics can be the team that surprises in the East. And I know the Jason Tatum stuff has dominated the discussion over the last couple of days in his return, the documentary that he's doing, etc. But the reality is, the Celtics made some moves at the deadline. They made a couple of moves today to get up to 14 active players on their roster, and now they're ready to rock and roll for a nice little 28-game stretch before the playoffs. They're in second place. They have a half-game lead on the New York Knicks, and I think we're all surprised that they're in this spot. Well, at least I am. So I do think that, in a way, the Celtics in their second-half thoughts, can they sustain what they've done? And what they've done is, an MVP campaign for Jaylen Brown. Potential coach of the year when it comes to Joe Mazzulla. I think they found that Peyton Pritchard can be a starter, but he's just better served off the bench. Right? There's just so many things regarding the Celtics this year that can they continue to do it? I think Luka Garza has been one of their third bigs. If you can go Vucevic, Garza, and Neemias Queta, you have yourselves a nice little big three when it comes to your lineup as far as centers go. Something that they didn't have all season long. Well, now you got Vooch, and he's coming off the bench. I wonder what the lineup's going to look like tonight against Golden State. And we'll give you some more nuggets when it comes to the game tonight against Golden State. But how does it look the rest of the way? I am kind of curious, like, does Sam Hauser continue to start or get starts as the Jason Tatum clock keeps ticking? Where do they go? Do they go double big? Do they continue to start Garza? There's a lot there. But I think Joe Mazzulla is the guy that I'm looking at. He's the guy that was most questioned about when it came to last year's team. The philosophy didn't work out. He was criticized for it all offseason long. He was bailed out by not having Jason Tatum on the team, but at times, and when I say bailed out, he could have failed this year. He could have tried different things. He could have gone in a different direction. He could have played just his guys. Instead, he started to change the way that they play to favor Jaylen Brown this year. What's going to happen now? And I am curious if Jason Tatum does come back, because I think that's one of the storylines here. Would they adjust the way that they change? But pull that one aside. If there's one major takeaway from this season, whether Tatum plays or not, or even Jaylen Brown's MVP campaign, it's that Joe Mazzulla has changed his philosophy. Now, they're still shooting threes, but they're not shooting like 50s and 60s like they were wanted to. They've had some pretty good nights shooting this year. They have multiple players shooting over 40% from three. But the biggest difference has been Joe Mazzulla in his style of play. And specifically, they've been one of the better defensive teams in all of the NBA. So one of the biggest question marks after last year, outside of how the team would play without Jason Tatum, it was Joe Mazzulla. And now Joe Mazzulla has his team in a playoff race. He has his team knocking on the door to Cleveland, knocking on the door to Detroit. The New York Knicks, I know they have their number, but the Celtics have beat every one of those teams. Every one of them. And they did it without Jason Tatum. Can Jaylen Brown take it to the next level? Because he's taken it to a level consistently every single night, which is a level he never brought before. That's a fact, too. I like the way the team is come together. I'll keep saying this for the people that are, oh, here we go, talking basketball again. I hated what the Celtics did in the offseason. I thought moving on from a championship team was a bad decision, and I thought it was only about money, and it was. And yes, the Celtics got under the tax this year to save ownership money. That's a fact. It happened. But the best part about it is they were still competitive. The best part about it is they're still in a playoff race. And the best part of it is now they're one of the sleepers when it comes to the Eastern Conference. So I think it's okay that you can get under the tax, have the ownership save money, which, yes, it did. I think we should all admit the reasons why they made the changes this year was for ownership to save money. But on top of that, they were a competitive team. Can they do it for 28 more games? I think they absolutely can. There's no reason why we shouldn't have some expectation for the Celtics this year to make a run in the playoffs. Now, I don't know if it's a deep run. I don't know if it's deep. But the Celtics are super well positioned at the All-Star break. And the schedule gets tougher, and I'll give you that coming up in just a little bit here. But, you know, people wondered about the Celtics. Should they tank? Because plenty of other teams are tanking. I thought they were mediocre to start the year. There were times when we would play games, and after the game, I wouldn't even want to talk about it because it had no meaning to it. When I talked to Barstool Greeny earlier in the year, he told me that nothing even matters this season. Well, I went into the year thinking all those things, and I kept watching every night. And I watched some of the changes that Joe Mazzulla made, and I watched the adjustments of Jaylen Brown's game, or Luka Garza's game, or even Sam Hauser that much, or Baylor Shireman getting starts, and Jordan Walsh contributing more, and Peyton Pritchard has reclaimed his role off the bench as being a dominant player. The Celtics are a playoff team with 28 games to go. And I know Jason Tatum doesn't know his future and doesn't know what he wants yet, according to reports. But you mean to tell me when you look at the Eastern Conference, you get Jason Tatum back, you can't beat the Pistons? You can't beat the Cavs, who just acquired 36-year-old James Harden? Can't beat the New York Knicks? Look what they're doing. The Celtics can certainly beat those teams. And in the West, you could say, oh, man, they're not going to get past Oklahoma City or the Spurs or Denver. I just think it's great just to have a chance in this one. And to be where they're at right now, with 28 games to go. I mean, you want to talk about house money? The Celtics are absolutely playing with house money the rest of the way, whether Jason Tatum returns or not. But you get Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum on the court at the same time, there's going to be a lot of money on the table with those two playing together. We'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. I do want to give the Tell you what the schedule is coming up for the Green. It does not get any easier, but they're in Golden State tonight. No Steph Curry for the Warriors. You may see Kristaps Porzingis make his Warriors debut. And old friend Al Horford as well. We'll have the game for you tonight. Pregame 9:30, then the tip-off just after 10 o'clock here on the Sports Hub. You got us until then. Skaz is here. I see our intern Dawson as well. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub, I'm Joe Murray. Got you guys going up until the Celtics tonight. I see you on YouTube as well. What's up, chat? People are already in there. Intern Dawson's in there. He's ready to go tonight. People are still reacting to Maz's tears. Of course they are. It is funny, though. I got to tell you, we had John Corrales on last night at SI.com, and I didn't realize it because we work nights. I guess I don't really get the fallout of everything that happens with, some of the other shows or maybe even our competition. But seems like a lot of people had a problem with Jason Tatum's documentary. And, who cares if Jason Tatum comes back? And do people care outside of the market? And, today I'm watching ESPN and some other national shows, and they're all like the dark horse is the Boston Celtics in the playoffs. Watch out for the Boston Celtics. Kendrick Perkins saying the sleeper team is the Boston Celtics. So nationally, I think that the Celtics are getting their credit for what they've done this year, and I think a lot of people respect what Jaylen Brown has done. I talked to a guy today who mentioned that he voted Jaylen Brown first half MVP this year. I talked to Joe Vidar from The Athletic today. He literally said he voted for him. So, nationally, I think people love what the Celtics have done, have been impressed with what they've done, and think that they're a good team, and think that Joe Mazzulla's done a great job. Absolutely have seen it. But the talk, the narrative, the discussion was Jason Tatum. If he comes back, listen, the face of the NBA, is it Aaron Edwards after winning the other night? Can't man Skaz? Is he the face of the NBA? I do think that Jason Tatum can be and will be. And I think that's why he's doing something to this degree.
It's Wemby.
Wemby's clearly the man. Come on. Wemby's, American basketball player.
Yeah, I would say it's Tatum and Edwards.
It's Tatum and Edwards. But this week,
it's still LeBron, if Steph, those guys, until they retire.
I will say, after kind of thinking about it, this week was a little stupid. And I think it's, Skaz, really, I don't mean to disrespect anybody, but no one's been watching but us. And we get labeled green teamer, but it's like we're watching the games. We're working the games. And I get it. The things that talk about this year were the Patriots, right? Or the Red Sox not re-signing Alex Bregman. Those are the things. But hey, when the Bruins come back, we've worked all those Bruins games, right? I just think that people were watching the Celtics from afar, didn't take them seriously because they blew it up. And whoa, look at what Jaylen Brown's doing in MVP candidacy. And oh my God, they're in second place. Wow, what happens if Jason Tatum returns? I kind of think that's where people are at right now, Skaz, which makes me wonder about the second half. Will the Celtics go under the radar? The Warriors are down right now. That should be a winnable game. You should be able to beat Phoenix.
Yeah, no Steph tonight.
Exactly.
Should win that game.
You should win these games. Denver has always been tough for them, right? But these are 4 games in a row on the road. So I do think the way that they start this second half, they're no longer the Celtics, they're a rebuilding team. Don't worry about them. No, I think everybody should be ready for the Celtics in the second half. And Jaylen Brown's talked about the chip on his shoulder. He even talked about how he was really impressed with the way the team has played. But how can you not think that they're a championship contender, or at least a contender in the East if Jason Tatum came back? I'm trying to talk about them without Tatum coming back. I think they can grind it out, man. I still think Detroit's better. I think the Cavs could be a problem. I really do. I know, say what you want about James Harden. He might be a better fit for that team than Darius Garland. Plus, they're bigger, right? They've always had 6'2" guards or whatever it is. Now you got a 6'5" guy that can take it to the hole. New York still has Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns and guys. But the Celtics still have Tatum and Brown, or Brown and potentially Tatum. So the narrative, Skaz, over the last couple of days, I think it's right. I don't want to call it lazy. I just think that people have been ignorant of the fact of what this team has been, and they grew into what they are right now. Having Pritchard and Vucevic off the bench, that was a Mazzulla call, and it's been working for them nonstop right now, at least since the trade deadline.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if Vucevic comes off the bench for the rest of the year, or if we see some changes now. It's weird. I don't want to call it the second half because they're basically, 3/4 of the way through the season already. So they're in a very good spot. Now they've had some time to kind of rest and practice with their new guys. I do think we'll see some different looks, at times. But, yeah, I think they deserve a ton of credit. And I do think the time of the calendar, I think, had something to do with the reaction, the outrage, if you even want to call it the fake outrage, people pretending that they actually care about this documentary and are upset about it. I find it entertaining. I think it's kind of funny for the people that don't really talk about the Celtics or care about them until the playoffs start to now be very upset about a documentary they weren't going to watch in the first place. So I think that's, it's good. It's good content, Joe.
Well, I wanted to just look at the stretch here.
Please.
For the Celtics.
Next 12 games are kind of a gauntlet.
So if you look at the team schedules out of the gate for the rest of the season, the Clippers will play 8 more games where they have rest, but their opponents don't. So looking at it here, the Clippers will have 8 games with rest. Kings and Pistons, 7. Now that could be an advantage for Detroit. The Blazers have 6. The Celtics have 4. And they're tied with the 76ers. And then the toughest road ahead is the Rockets. Chicago, of course, because they're going to tank and stink. But as far as rest goes, the Celtics right in there, they'll have basically 4 days of rest. But the remaining schedule, the Celtics have the 5th toughest remaining schedule of the rest of the league to close it out. Denver, Oklahoma City, Minnesota, Chicago, Brooklyn. By the way, only those teams have tougher schedules. Denver, Oklahoma City, Minnesota, and Chicago. So that will say a lot for Oklahoma City and Denver, and maybe even Minnesota. But Brooklyn's got a tough schedule, right? The Pistons are in there. The Lakers, Phoenix, San Antonio. The New York Knicks have an easy schedule the rest of the way. Things will even themselves out. I still think the Celtics are a top 5 team. But you get, and again, this is where I say you get Jason Tatum back. I don't know what to expect, but to me, those 2 guys on the court at the same time, I'm betting on those 2 for sure. You excited to see Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited to see Al. I thought his comments were interesting earlier today, saying he knew the Celtics were going to be good this year. That's why he said they were going to stink and why he left. So I thought that was nice. Porzingis, it seems like he might make his debut tonight for the Warriors. So yeah, I think that, that's good. Some good big men out there for Keita and Vucevic and Garza, who took Anthony Simon's spot in the rotation, according to someone last night. So yeah, Joe, I'm excited for sports to be back. The Olympics have been tremendous, but yeah, I'm ready for Celtics basketball to be back.
All right, you guys have heard from us. Let's hear from you at 617-779-0985. We got Colby. He's in the car. What's going on, Colby? Colby!
Hello?
How you doing, bud? You're on the air.
Yankees suck.
That's what you called to do? That's old. Who does that anymore?
Guy calling in with a joke from the mid-2000s there, Joe. Waited on hold for that.
Is that what he said he wanted to call about, Dawson? No?
Can't imagine so. It was funny, though, right, Joe? I mean, really funny.
Well, no. Well, I mean, no. I know I can sense your sarcasm.
No.
That was dumb.
Yes.
Like, at least one guy just calls and yells beefs and hangs up,
I mean, at least that guy's clever.
Or, like, what if somebody just sang happy birthday,
Yes. Made me laugh.
That was whack. Do better. Justin and Lynn will do better.
Hey, Joe, I'll do better. I just have a feeling the Celtics team needs to be respected, and I think they will win at least a couple rounds of the playoffs, Joe. And I think this team will be good over the last 28 games. I know you said they had a tough schedule, but I think they'll be okay.
All right. Thanks, Justin. I mean, 28 games, schedule is difficult. So if they went 14-14 the rest of the way, they'd still be at the top 5-6 team. Well, depending on what some other teams do. That should be very good if they went. I'm impressed with the Celtics. I'm going to tell you the truth. They could have tanked this year. They could have blamed it all. Sam Hauser could have been like, ouch, my foot. My wrist hurts, right? Jaylen Brown could have taken nights off if he wanted to. He didn't. Like, Derek White is the guy who's been hurt the most on this team. And at one point, he was putting up 20 points a night. I think he ran out of gas. And I think now that he's the number 2 option, I think is being a little bit exposed. I find it funny that we're doing a Celtics segment, but everybody wants to talk Patriots. Like, I see people on the phones want to talk Pats. Well, I guess we can do that. Let's talk to Nelson in Amesbury. Nelson.
Hey, good night, Joe. How's it going? This is Nelson from Amesbury, security guard. I wanted to get your thoughts on the upcoming draft and if they're going to move Alligator Arms Campbell inside.
Your security guard?
Yeah.
Are you working?
Well, I'm kind of working right now, so I really am reluctant to say that. I don't want my bosses to catch me.
Well, you're Nelson Security of Amesbury. You think there's a lot of other Nelsons out there?
I hope not.
Yeah. So what do I think of the draft? What do you think of the draft?
I think Vrabel came out to really defend his guy there, but I think as time goes on, they're going to need to move him inside. I just can't see him protecting our guy, Drake May.
Who's a better protector, you or Will Campbell?
Oh, I'd be up for that. I would be great if he put me on the line.
All right, Nelson. Is he secure? Did you hear the dogs in the background?
Hot start tonight, Joe. Hot start on the phones tonight.
Let's see what Luke has to say. Luke's in the car. Hey, Luke.
Yeah, so Maz earlier was talking about how, like, Will Campbell, like, wasn't the same player in the playoffs as he was in the regular season. And I get he was terrible, but he also was hurt, so I just think you got to give him some room on that. You know, he was hurt during that, and he's like, oh, well, what if he's the same player as that the rest?
Hey, Luke,
and it's like, oh,
let me ask you a
sorry,
question.
I'm on a DoorDash.
Oh my
but
God.
it's like you can't.
I was gonna say, dude, I'm not Maz's scraps right now. You know, dude's on a DoorDash run. I got another guy doing security. We're doing a Celtics segment. They want to talk Patriots.
Dogs are barking.
You know, like, what the hell's going on right now?
Yeah, people just want their voices to be heard.
And
Joe.
what? You know what else is going on? People are emailing me tears from that.
That's
so, like,
fun.
I don't want Maz's sloppy seconds.
No, thank you.
Sorry, Maz.
Yeah, but what about Steve Pierce, Joe?
I walked in and I go, hey, did you guys say David Tyree? They're like, yeah. I was like, all right, cool. It's because I was Ness and Joe for the last 3 hours. I don't know what the hell they talked about. You know what I thought about doing, Skaz, tonight? That could really, like, you want to, like, just get a real debate going. Should I tease it?
Why not, Joe?
I'll tease it. I got a thing.
Oh,
No, we do have Greenie tonight, though, right?
7:20.
Maybe we should do it after Greenie.
You think this is really going to spark something?
I think it's going to ignite, not even spark. Because I was thinking about it. I was thinking about pain.
You're thinking about pain.
I'm
thinking about pain.
Save that bite. I was thinking about pain today.
Thinking about feet. It's been an interesting week at night.
Yeah, you know, I will tell you this, though, Skaz. I have had more people tell me that they thought the last couple of nights have been the best shows. Granted, you know, because last night we're like, man, something's been really different lately.
Something in the water, full moon or something.
No, it's that we don't have games.
Yes. A little.
I mean, listen, I'd love to give I'll do a Jason Tatum, pat myself on the back if he really wants, guys. You know, we could mention all these other things. But the fact that we're on without the games and interruptions has been huge.
Yeah, spread your legs, Joe, you know? Stretch it out.
With the legs or the wings?
Whatever you want. You know, at night, Joe, anything goes.
Yeah, I was thinking about actually, Street Team Joe brought it up to me today.
Oh, boy.
Did you know that Street Team Joe was in with...
yeah, he was in at the midday today.
With the midday guys today. He called me to give me a report about his day.
I hope it went well.
And he goes, man, your show's so much better. Kidding. I didn't say that. No, he said, no, what did he say? He said that he learned so much from Tyler.
There you go.
And he thinks Tim McCone's wicked cool.
And McCone is very cool.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Well, he is great. But he said it's not like the night show, and I said, of course it's not.
No, it's more it's a template. We have a rundown, but it's we run down.
And usually we at 10:30 or whatever time at night we go back to it.
Yes.
Really, the rundown is just to reference something when we need to get back on track.
Kind of a break glass in case of emergency situation.
Yeah. Danny feels for us. What's up, Danny? Danny.
Hey, Joe. How you doing?
How you doing?
I just, I feel for you, man. Because some of these calls, it's really crazy. But honestly, no, I just wanted to say Celtics really have to.
Oh, Jesus.
Damn French call screeners screwing up again.
What is going on?
Full moon, Joe? I don't know. You want to try another one?
Yeah, let's do Casey in Cambridge. Hello, Casey.
Hey, guys. I'm just, I've been following this whole Jason Tatum thing. I'm just a little confused by the whole thing. I feel like I've been put on a roller coaster. I don't know what to expect. I mean, seems like 1 minute I think he's coming back, and then he's not, and then he releases this documentary. So just want to get your guys' thoughts on what it feels like and what you guys think is going to happen.
You're on the roller coaster. Why don't you tell us what it feels like?
I don't know. I mean, start of the season, it felt like he's coming back. That's what he was aiming for. And for me, it's hard to think about the fact that he's not going to come back, thinking that was his goal to begin with. But it's just with the podcast and everything, it just, I don't know. I'm really hoping he comes back that March 1st game.
Man, he's really emotional about the Jason Tatum return. Should we invite him to the birthday party?
Absolutely.
Birthday.
Catering, Joe.
We've now brought the birthday party onto Nesson.
Oh, I like that.
Yep. I've mentioned to the crew, Lucy.
Okay.
Jemai Webster today, who I was on with. Great dude.
They in?
Yep. Casey Hudson. We were thinking pink. We were thinking green hats with zeros on them.
Okay.
Yep. And a location could be right where the Bobby Orr statue is.
Oh, we're doing it outside.
Why? Well, we don't have a venue to pay for.
Well, Joe, I think if it's Jason Tatum's birthday, I think we could find something. Man's not going to do it outside.
Yeah, maybe somebody will hit us up. Sam in Bridgewater. Sam.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
I know you were talking about the tough schedule coming up for the Celtics. If they were to fall in the standings, do you think that would affect Tatum's return at all?
That's a good question, Sam. What do you think?
I mean, maybe, but I mean, I don't know about this doc. I mean, maybe if
the documentary.
Do you think that would affect it at all? Him coming back?
The documentary could impact him coming back?
Yeah.
Really? Hello.
Yeah. I mean, well, because is there like a time frame for it or no?
Well, there's 28 games left. Could their standings and position dictate if Jason Tatum comes back or not, Skip?
I think we're past that at this point. I think if they stumble out of the gate, I just don't see them stumbling enough where it becomes even if they're 500 over this tough stretch, they're still going to be top 4 in the East. And then, Joe, you get the hero, portrayal in the documentary. The Celtics were second in the East, and all of a sudden they start to scuttle a little bit, start to fall, and who comes back to save the day? That's a pretty good angle for the doc right there.
Oh, like Superman?
There he is.
Or
Put
Batman?
on the cape,
Yeah.
Just saying.
Eric in the car.
What's up, Joe?
Yo.
Are you going to be a regular at Best Flippin' now every month?
I've been a regular for 2 years there.
Oh, it's good. It was good to see you last month.
Just curious about the Celtics here. I think they're pretenders, guys. I just don't think they have enough ammo to hang with the Knicks in Cleveland. Even with Tatum coming back, I just think that we got to temper expectations here. He's coming off a major Achilles injury here, and so look, they're a fun team. It's good to talk about, but I think when it comes down to it in the playoffs, they're just not going to be able to hang.
What'd you buy? Did you buy something off me, Eric?
I don't think I bought anything off you this time around, we talked. We did, but I love that your collection is growing. Every time I go there, you got more stuff. So
yeah, man,
it's looking good.
I'll be there Saturday.
You will.
I got lots of Drake May cards.
Did you buy them at the high? Or
I bought them at the high, and I'm selling them at the low. So if you want a deal, I got tons of Drake May cards.
Okay, maybe I'll stop by and say hi.
All right, buddy. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Jay. Oh, is this Jay from Ron's?
Hi, buddy.
Jay, what's going on, buddy?
What's up?
Not much, man. Ron's Bowling Alley, which I grew at Hyde Park, Skaz. It's where I grew up. I used to play video games. It used to smell of bowling shoes and cigarettes. Now it's what?
Yes,
ice cream and bowling shoes?
Ice cream and fun. Come on, Joe.
And fun. And listen, there is a location in Dedham, Mass, and right downtown Dedham Square, they call it now.
Yes.
But no, I'm not lying. The best soft serve vanilla I've ever had in my life.
Because we use the high octane stuff. It's all about your milk fat. We use 10%. It's way better.
So we could have Jason Tatum's party at your bowling alley?
I mean, if you wanted to, it'd be fun. Yeah. I could house about 80 people.
Oh, it could be bigger than that, bro. Hey, do you remember the Manny Del Carmen bowling events there?
Oh, it's awesome. I'm still very friendly with Manny.
Well, maybe we could do a Joe and Manny. I don't know if my name is on the marquee there, but we'll get all the guys. Street Team Joe said he was a great bowler. Maybe we could have a nice little, like we could call it the Night Show Ron's Bowling Alley Spectacular.
Oh, that'd be a lot of fun. I'm in.
All right, Jay. Glad you're good. Ron's Bowling Alley. We love you, man. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate you. When I got into radio, Skaz, my very first sponsor ever, Ron's from Ron's Bowling Alley.
They give you like the Charlie Sheen shirt to wear or what?
No, but now that I'm thinking about it, we got to get those going for the party.
Tough time finding bowling shoes for you, Joe?
The biggest they have. I roll with this. I'm a 16, but I've been having some like foot things because sometimes I have to squeeze into a 15. And I think that the changes in the shoes have been affecting my plantar fascia.
We're learning a lot tonight.
Yep. But you wouldn't see those in your dreams, though.
No, never.
Dude, I would kill for a Ron's cake. Dude, the ice cream cake at Ron's. Oh, so good. All right. Hey, we missed the headline. My bad. Let's take a break. I'm Joe Murray here on the Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Celtics are in action tonight. They play the Golden State Warriors. We have all the coverage here on 98.5. It begins at what time? 9:30 is the pregame, and then we'll have tip-off just after 10 p.m. No Steph Curry tonight for the Warriors. Indiana has passed a bill to lure the Chicago Bears to Indiana. The Indiana Bears just really doesn't sound really good. And workouts continued over at JetBlue Park for the Red Sox. Peyton Tolley is going to get the start this weekend. Headlines, they are brought to you by DN Van Lines. Take the chance out of your move and make the sure bet with DN Van Lines. An approved mover of the Department of Defense, DNVanlines.com. I'm Joe Murray.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
was reading an article regarding the Red Sox grade from the offseason. I don't know. Before I read the article, Professor Skaz, if you had to give a grade for the Boston Red Sox this offseason, what would your grade be for the overall offseason?
C plus, B minus, maybe in that range. If we're trying to be fair, go C plus, Joe.
I have to think about it because I feel like,
Ness and Joe.
Well, Ness and Joe think
A plus. A plus is all around.
No, Ness and Joe thinks that they had a very busy offseason.
Oh, busy, very busy.
Right? Trade front.
Oh, certainly busy, Joe. I can't argue that.
They made a lot of trades.
A lot of talking.
Sonny Gray came in.
Oh, yeah. Old.
He's pretty good.
He was, yeah.
Wilson Contreras, remember him?
Oh, yeah.
He played with Sonny Gray.
That's true.
They're both, I think, a combined 70, but I'm not, might be right on that. But, yeah, that's some good trades there.
Those guys hit home runs?
Well, Wilson Contreras can.
A couple.
He's okay. Trying to think of some. They did make a trade for Caleb Durbin.
Tall guy. Defensive stalwart at third base.
They got a guy named Johan Oviedo from the Pirates.
I'm excited for him. Potential there.
I mean, he didn't really pitch at all last season because he had Tommy John
means
surgery.
He's due. He's saved up, Joe.
That's right. He's definitely. They signed Isaiah Kiner Falefa.
Yes, a bum.
IKF.
Yes, I don't care would be what I respond to that.
They did lose Alex Bregman.
Now, remind me, Joe, was he good?
He made the All-Star team. He batted second in the lineup, so Roman Anthony could bat first. And they traded Rafael Devers for him.
Well, not for him, but kind of because of him.
Yeah. And then they signed Ranger Suarez for $130 million guaranteed.
Good move. No complaints on that one.
I mean, they didn't give up any major pieces, right?
No, if anything, they kept too many of the pieces.
I mean, the password, he was gone.
Yeah, our guy.
That was
Stinson. We'll miss him.
That's my guy. I mean, they didn't lose Peyton Tolley or Connolly early.
No, couldn't do that.
So, I mean, overall, that's A territory, right?
No.
Well, David Schoenfield.
Okay.
Gave his thoughts on the Red Sox, and he gave the Red Sox an A grade for their offseason.
Who's he work for?
ESPN.
Okay.
Which, no association with.
Well, you never know.
This is what he wrote. Even while losing Alex Bregman.
Well, that's a good caveat to start with.
The winter includes trades for Sonny Gray and Wilson Contreras. They also traded for third baseman Caleb Durbin and right-handed pitcher Johan Oviedo and signing Isaiah Kiner Falefa. Okay, so we went through all those names. Quote, not everyone might feel the same, but I absolutely love the offseason from Craig Breslow and his staff. Remember, the Red Sox now operate under a budget.
Oh, yeah, who could forget that?
Breslow can't light money on fire the way the Red Sox did during the late 2010s under Dave Dombrowski.
Why can't they, Joe?
No, they didn't re-sign Bregman. But the trade for Durbin gives them a player who projects to just one less win in value than Bregman.
Oh, the computers said that he was almost as good as Bregman.
Younger, faster, high-contact hitter.
Yeah, sure. I'll believe it when I see it.
The trades for Gray and Contreras bring in winning now veterans who also won't hemorrhage the long-term payroll.
Oh, because that's what we care about, Joe. This article seems like it's almost coming from the horse's mouth, Joe.
Suarez is a riskier bet on a 5-year, $130 million deal, but...
F this article, Joe.
He has been a
guy.
consistent performer.
Are you kidding me? $130 million riskier. That's riskier than IKF. So those are the deals the Boston Red Sox should be making. Bring in Sonny Gray and Wilson Contreras and Isaiah Falefa. Those are good moves for the Boston Red Sox. But signing a pitcher to a 5-year, $130 million deal that's actually good at pitching, bad. That's risky.
Importantly, Breslow kept the young core intact.
Yeah, Can't break them up.
Not only the outfielders.
No, all 7 of them.
But the 2 top 100 pitching prospects in Peyton Tolley and Connolly Early.
Yeah. A 10-man rotation.
The Red Sox have improved their flexibility and depth in the infield while also improving their balance against left-handed pitching.
Hope this guy used mouthwash when he was done with this article.
If Trevor Story's declining range is a problem, then maybe Marcelo Meyer becomes the regular shortstop with Story sliding over to second. And if you're worried about Christian Campbell being blocked, he can hit his way into DH or outfield at-bats.
Jeez, this guy lives in La La Land.
Boston has a lot of talented players on its roster after all the movement. And they might be my pick in the AL East division.
That's exciting.
The Red Sox will...
Oh, their payroll, Joe. I'm excited after reading that article.
The Red Sox will take the field soon enough to show whether all these changes were the right one.
Yeah, there we go. 35 days.
A plus.
A plus.
A.
See if we can get that guy working over at Ness and Joe.
Hey, he'll take my ear. He'll take my job.
Yeah, I mean, geez, that PR.
Yeah, you should have heard me trying to talk Fanatics today.
No, that's a no-no. Can't do that.
Can we spend a minute on that? I know we're a little late, but I love the hobby, Skaz. I know you love the hobby. But, you know, when you want something authentic, don't you want that thing to be like the most pristine thing you ever bought?
Yes.
So, like I'm trying to be fair when I say this. Fanatics has blown up to a point where, like, maybe they are over.
Not maybe, Joe.
They've blown up to a point where they can't keep up and put out quality work.
I don't think they even attempt to at this point.
And, you know, I understand, like, some baseball cards every once in a while might have, like, a little bit of a, you know, not lined up right. That's why we get cards graded, you know?
Yeah, error cards, sometimes big money.
But when you get the Red Sox and the D and the S are real next to each other.
Letters aren't supposed to touch, Joe?
No, there's actually buttons in front of them.
Oh, okay.
It separates them. Because they're 2 words, right? Red Sox?
I thought so.
The 2 words, Dawson, you're in school.
Yeah, he's in school.
Red Sox. Because the shirts that people have been buying, they're very close.
Very close.
And it's not authentic.
No.
And I think you pay for that, right?
Usually.
But tough. Michael Rubin, I think you have great parties, and I would love to attend one.
I'm going to pass.
Well, but these days, Skaz, I don't know what party we can't go to.
Exactly. No,
besides our own Jason Tatum party.
Yeah.
But I think Michael Rubin might need to just maybe show up to the warehouse.
And quality assurance. Yeah, Creed Bratton. He needs to get Creed on the case, you know?
Yeah.
Have someone go down there and check the stitching.
So the biggest problem is they probably love that we're talking about them.
How bad they suck? I don't know if that's great PR.
We are talking about them.
We certainly are, and how bad their product has become.
But Yeah,
we don't. It's they've bought everything. They've made it a monopoly.
Where else are we gonna go?
Just not gonna buy the jersey. No thanks.
You mean the Red Sox fans aren't gonna buy jerseys this year?
I mean, I don't think you have to buy them from Fanatics. There are other places.
You're right.
Gonna spend your money.
Remember Bob's?
Oh, Bob's. I used to work at a Bob's.
No way.
It's my first job.
Get out of here. Which one did you work at?
Rainham.
Whoa.
Right on, is that 44?
Remember the song, Let's Go Down the Bob?
I worked in footwear. I was,
Whoa.
I just put shoes on the shelf,
come by
basically.
So you would be the guy in the back. I need a size 14.
Yeah, yep. I'd go grab it. Not a bad gig, It was right by the house.
Did you have to deal with any feet?
Not really, no. It's not. No one's really measuring shoe sizes anymore. It's
going full circle here, you know that,
yeah,
right?
exactly, of course.
You don't see the feet
It
in
all
dreams,
comes back around.
But it's because maybe you forgot about them from working in the shoe
I was
aisle.
just too indoctrinated at a young age, yeah.
You know who had a big deal with Bob's back in the day? The Patriots. All the Patriots stuff you could get at Bob. Now I think you get it because Dick's has the House of Sport.
Of course. Many a venue there.
They're making one right near my house at the North Shore Mall. A new House of Dick's. Sporting goods.
House of Sport, yeah.
House of Sport.
House of Dick's, same thing, Jesus
Christ.
Same thing.
We got to go to a break. This hour of the Sports House is brought to you by Valvoline and Sonoma Church. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You'll save 15% off your next drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. What grade would you give the Red Sox offseason? And are the Celtics a dark horse in the race? We'll have all that coming up next time. Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming.
member of the Department of Defense, DNVanlines.com. I'm Joe Murray.
Listen to it, laugh at it, get mad at it.
The Warriors tonight without him. Would the return of Jason Tatum get the Celtics to the NBA Finals?
Yep, and guess what? Jason Tatum returns. They're my dark horse to win it all.
Ooh.
To win it all. Derek White, champion, been balling. Peyton Pritchard, champion, been balling. Joe Mazzulla up for Coach of the Year. Jaylen Brown is the best two-way player in the game. He's the only player in the NBA that is top 5 in scoring and top 5 in defense when it comes down to opponent field goal percentage. This team has a culture. You get JT back even if he's 75%, and it's going to be hell and hot water for the rest of the year.
Might sound.
I can't do that bit tonight. Maybe if Kendra comes in, I got another song for her. But we're going to talk to Barstool Greeny coming up in a little bit, and that was Kendrick Perkins saying they're the dark horse, not the dork horse, because I think that's what he said. But over the weekend, we did a bit, and there were these lyrics of songs when I was growing up that I never really knew what the lyrics were. I just would hear them, and then come to find out later in my life they weren't the words whatsoever. So there were a few songs that I played for Kendra, and she got 2 out of 3 right. But since then, the song Caribbean Queen, the opening line is she touched by me and painted on jeans. And I keep getting memes from people sending them to me where it says she touched my meat and painted on jeans, which is what I really thought it did say. So thank you, everybody, for listening this weekend and sending me the memes that are going around because, yes, I didn't know the lyrics. And quite frankly, I don't know if anyone really did, but there is another song tonight that I wrote down. So if it happens later, Skaz, because I know Kendra's working the game tonight, I got another song. I'll keep that one in the bank. Dark Horse. I'm going to give you the odds right now. I'm going to go pull up the old odds. Because, again, DraftKings set up a bunch of odds. We'll give you the Patriots win total odds coming up in just a little bit. They got released yesterday. But when you look at a dark horse, right, someone that would kind of come out of nowhere, would the Celtics be that team? I don't know if they necessarily qualify under dark horse. But let's look up some of the odds here when it comes to the Celtics and the futures. So team futures right now, to win the championship, Oklahoma City is plus 135. I think that's fair. Defending champs, the way they're playing. The second team is Denver, plus 450. Cleveland at plus 1,200. Then the New York Knicks at 1,300. Spurs, 1,400. And then the Pistons and Celtics at 1,500. Now, after that, it drops dramatically. Houston's plus 2,200. The Lakers are in here. The Lakers? So, truly, who are dark horses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 are under 20-1 odds or less. So, maybe the Celtics aren't a top 5 team in the NBA right now. But do you really think they are a top 7 team? Because Vegas does. Vegas thinks that the Celtics are better than the Houston Rockets. Just to finish this off, the Timberwolves are plus 3,500. The Warriors are in here. Warriors plus 1,200. So dark horse, I certainly think that they're in the race. Regular season wins, the win total this year for the Celtics was 41.5. They're at 35 right now. You think they hit that one, Skaz? 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41.5. So they need 7 more wins out of the next 28 to go over the 41 win total. They're going to crush that one.
Yes.
I can't believe I didn't get on that one. Playoffs. What were the Celtics playoff odds to make the playoffs? They're all right. All these odds they're not available anymore for some reason. It's probably because I'm moving the lines right now. Talking about it. But I can't wait to talk to Barstool Greeny. Remember at the beginning of the year, he says, Joe, none of this matters. Nope, doesn't matter. Whatever they do this year, it doesn't count. It doesn't mean anything because of new ownership. So I am curious to hear from one Dan Greenberg on how he thinks about that. Also, I love the Pauly market. The Pauly market has Jason Tatum's odds to return this season to 87% today. It's skyrocketed today. And, of course, the Celtics team would be a serious threat, so therefore would not be the dark horse. They would be favorites. I think that's what it is. Anyways. Can't wait to talk to Barstool Greeny. We'll do that coming up next. We'll get his thoughts on everything happening with the Celtics. And someone just goes, Joe, do you have the dime to listen to me whine? I'm telling you right now, I know that the line is, do you have the time? I know it is. I know. But if you listen to it, it says, do you have the dime? I swear. Tom Morgan won't let it go. He still holds it against me, Skaz. Street Team Joe got to meet Tom Morgan today, and Tyler, and Beetle, and Tim, and Zoe. He said he had a good time. But he did say he missed us. So that was good to hear. All right, we'll take a quick break. We got Barstool Greeny coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On
98.5 The Sports Hub, all the coverage 9:30. And then we'll hand things over to Grandy and Max, who will be on the call tonight. Celtics and Golden State Warriors. This used to be one of the marquee games in the NBA year in and year out. But some things to look forward to tonight. Al Horford. Of course, Kristaps Porzingis could be making his debut for the Warriors. But no Steph Curry tonight and no Jason Tatum for the Celtics. It looks a little different, but I've been waiting to have this man on all week long because there's a lot of narratives going on. He is Dan Greenberg, Barstool Greenies, joining us here on 98.5 The Sports. What's up, Greenie?
Murray, how you doing?
Well, I've been waiting for you. So we had John Corrales on last night. If you know him, he played like professionally and covers the Celtics, etc. So he was pretty like I never really see him animated, but he hates what's been said on Boston Sports Radio, and I kind of do too. Like Mike Felger thinks Skaz and I are gonna have a birthday party for Jason Tatum, and we're gonna cater it for him as well. But there's been a lot of narratives. Maybe it's downtime, Greenie, but how have you felt about what you've been hearing about your basketball team?
Now, listen, I mean, I didn't play professionally, unless you want to count the Eastern Independent League in Worcester, Massachusetts.
No, it's competitive. It's very competitive out there.
It's a level of NEPSAC, that counts. But I don't know, man. It just seems like whether it's this station, across the street, it's just like everyone has lost their collective minds, I feel like, during this downtime. And it's almost, I want to be careful not to curse on your airwaves, but it's almost like shameful when you think about what the narratives have been, the angles that people are going to. He's being, the best franchise player on a major market and one of the best players in the world is being like attacked because he's trying to work hard to come back as quick as possible. It just reeks of people suffering from a combination of Jason Tatum derangement syndrome and brain worms is how I would classify it.
Well, like one of them I didn't like was could Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum be heading towards a
divorce?
A Belichick Brady fallout. And to me, like, I don't know, one wasn't controlling the other guy's money. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I will say this, Greenie. If, Kyrie Irving was having a 5-part documentary, I would crap all over it but because it's Jason Tatum, I guess I'm in on it because he is I'm in on it because it's one of the faces of the NBA, but generally I wouldn't care about this if it was somebody else, but because it's locally, how people feel about Jason Tatum's, we all think he's the best player on the court. But there are others, he's soft, or he, copies Kobe and KG, and it's like, I think there are some people out there who just don't like Tatum and just are haters on him.
Potentially, but I also think we just need to understand what the world is like in 2026. We live in a content world. And, if Tyrese Halliburton, for example, was putting out a documentary about his Achilles rehab or Damian Lillard, I would be just as interested in that as I am in Tatum's. This is, especially for Halliburton, who's another young, on the rise, up-and-coming star player in the league. Those are interesting stories. We don't really get that access to major high-profile players coming back from such what has been, outside of Kevin Durant, a career-altering injury. Why wouldn't you want to see what goes into building that player back up, especially if you're in this market and a fan of this team? Your entire future depends on what Tatum looks like on the other end of this thing. So I just think a lot of it is, the Patriots are over. People need to start picking at something. They probably haven't been paying attention this whole time. I just ask, just leave us alone. We've been having a great time this season. We don't need any of that, manufactured nonsense. And if you want to talk about the team, talk about the actual basketball. I think you and I are in agreement on that.
Well, it's kind of funny that's what Skaz and I were just talking about is, we work the games every night, and we even work the Bruins games just to throw them in here. So people have been so, football heavy that now that you're going to have to talk about something else, they're reaching, right? It's actually, but I do have to bring something up. A colleague of ours, his name is Colin Kennedy. Colin has been catching strays with you. I don't know if you're aware of this.
I think I saw that. Yeah, that's another thing.
So I don't know. Colin's so quiet that I can't believe he's actually getting into it with you. So I need to know what's going on here.
I don't know. I just think it's part of that shtick where I think he said something like, "What? He either needs to like come back or disappear forever." And like, what does that even mean? Like, he's just showing up on the bench, supporting his teammates, and he's rehabbing. What does he need to disappear from? Like, who would? I just don't understand the logic behind the take. Maybe you can enlighten me, but on the surface, I just don't understand how it makes any sense.
I see here, the question is Jason Tatum working to come back as fast as possible?
I mean, how could you argue that he isn't?
And Joe Mazzulla said it today, right? It's just part of the process. We're all going crazy. We need basketball back tonight. We'll get it back tonight. But this is what I wanted to ask you. You remember beginning of the year, you kind of said to me, "Hey, Joe, none of this matters, dude.
Right?
Whatever happens this year, none of this matters." Have you thought about that and remember that conversation? And how,
I do.
But like today, how do you feel about that conversation?
I think a big part of being in this industry or having an opinion about this stuff is you have to evaluate with what happens and admit sort of when you were wrong. And I think I had this team dead wrong. I thought they'd float right around the bottom top 10 in offense. They would be right around bottom third in defense. And it was going to be a season where they were floating along that line of, if we get to the trade deadline and Tatum isn't back yet and they're floating around the play-in, what should they do? It probably makes more sense if Tatum isn't coming back to get under the play-in line and help your lottery pick. What they've done since about mid-November is win among the rate of the best teams in the NBA. It's like the Thunder, the Pistons, and the Celtics all are within a winner or so of each other since the Celtics fell to 5-7. So they rightfully changed the narrative and outlook of their season to where it wasn't actually a reset year in terms of their execution and production on the court. So as a result, I think it's fair as a fan to recalibrate your evaluation and expectation. For me, I look at them without Tatum. They're a team that can, win a couple rounds in the playoffs. If you're telling me that they're now going to add Jason Tatum, they should be one of the leading favorites to come out of the Eastern Conference, and I think our expectations as fans should adjust to that reality.
Talking with Dan Greenberg, Stool Greeny, Barstool Sports. So, one thing, again, we say anything positive about the Celtics, we're called green teamers, right? But one thing I'll say about Mike Felger is he's pretty strong on the fact that ownership, they saved money this year, and they are applauded. I agree with him because I didn't like that they blew it all up. I wasn't happy about it. But the fact that they've got under the tax and they're competitive, Greeny, that's good, right? Like I give them listen, I'll admit,
right?
Ownership saved money this year, and we're applauding them. I'll admit that. But I think it's good that they did that and they're competitive.
Right. And you have to think this whole plan is in stages, right? The first stage was over the summer getting under the second apron. They did that. Then this trade deadline heading into the year, the big question was, what are they going to do? Are they going to just get it? Because we all knew as soon as they traded for Simons that most likely he was going to be flipped. The debate was, are they going to get under the first apron or the luxury tax? If they get under the luxury tax, is that going to come via trading rotation players like a Hauser or a Pritchard or what have you? We get to the trade deadline, and I think anyone who says they weren't motivated by getting under the tax, that's not true. Of course, that's always going to be a goal. What I think is why they're being applauded is they improved the roster and rebalanced it by flipping Simons for a position of need. That also helped them increase their TPE that used to be the Porzingis $22 million is now $27 million. And they didn't have to give rid of a single rotation player or a first-round pick to get under the luxury tax. why that's important, yes, it saves Bill Chisholm money. But when you think of this summer, after the draft picks, they're going to have right around 15-ish million of luxury tax space to spend. So they can, whether that's re-signing Vucevic or maybe that's going out and using your non-taxpayer mid-level to sign a $10 or $12 million player. The reason that that's important is, let's say we get to the trade deadline and there's a $25 million player that hits the market. Well, if the Celtics didn't get under the luxury tax this year, that means if they wanted to re-sign Vucevic, they would have to use the $12 million or so from that TPE. Then they get to the deadline next year. Now you can't land that player without trading one of your big salary players like a Derek White or a Jaylen Brown, just because you now need to make the money work. So while getting under the luxury tax now does save Chisholm some money, what it also does is it gives them a vehicle to improve the team, whether that's Vucevic or somebody else, and not touch their big salary TPE, because that's the only other way outside of trading Derek White or Jaylen Brown that they can afford a player that makes over, 22 to 24 million.
I understood all that. I know.
So it's both. Like, he's right when he says they were motivated to chop money. That's true. Like, obviously they had a decision to get under the tax or not under the tax after the Vucevic trade. They were able to find a way to do that by getting rid of players that hadn't played in 4 months, and it opened up an avenue for them to not have to touch their biggest salary tool while still being able to improve the roster and stay under the luxury tax to reset the repeater. Like, it's honestly, anyone that would have a problem with what they did or think that it doesn't deserve praise, I just don't think understands the full three-step process of what we've seen the front office do.
Well, if they weren't competitive, I would have been critical. This season would have meant nothing, and it was all about getting under the luxury tax.
But I also do you think it all is maybe some like PTSD from John Henry and what the Red Sox have done? Because I would agree, if they had to give up, Sam Hauser, or if they traded Derek White to get under the luxury tax, like, yeah, what are you doing? You're not serious about winning. But the fact that they didn't do that and still achieved it tells me that they're not like punting on the season or anything like that.
Well, I think it's a league problem, right? Like, if you think about it, there's so many complications when it comes to the tax aprons that, you might have, like, next year they might not go over again, right? They might not pay a tax because there's going to be benefits in the year after. But I don't know, having Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum healthy and under contract with flexibility, and I know it's for 2 years ahead or whatever, I don't know. I still think having Tatum and Brown together is the best case scenario, and having that flexibility.
Right. It's more so about, you want Brad Stevens to have every tool possible to pounce on anything that might, come up over the summer. Let's say someone has a disappointing playoff run this year and their star hits the market. Well, you want to be able to pounce on that, right? Well, in order to do that, first and foremost, you got to get under the apron. Second of all, I'm not sold that if there's a player that's worth going back over the tax for, until they show us that they're not going to do that, why wouldn't you just want them to have the ability to go out and sign that? Whether they do it or not is another story. But if they can reset the repeater and add, and with that $15 million of space, that's good. If someone hits the market and you end up going back over by using Porzingis' trade exemption, the new trade exemption, that's good. The point is, why would you want to sort of handcuff Brad Stevens and his ability to improve? What I would want, give him every option under the sun and let him make the best decision forward for the future of the roster. That's all they've done. They haven't said, hey, we're definitely going to spend or we're not going to spend. What they told you is, we now have vehicles if something should arise, and we're prepared for it the same way they were prepared to jump on the Porzingis trade. They were prepared to jump on the Holiday trade. That was all done because they cleaned up their books and they were in an advantageous position when those opportunities arose.
Well, I will say this. If the Patriots were doing this, although they went to a Super Bowl, the trust to do it I might not have, right? The Red Sox, you don't. The Bruins at least spend, but do they spend it right? You know, I think with here is I think people do trust Brad. Like Brad, and even when Danny Ainge, when they had the opportunities to pounce, they pounced, and they pounced on the right guys. So I can understand. You know, Greeny, I have not been able to have this conversation on these airwaves, and it's refreshing because. Yeah, like, all right, great. They wanted to save money and, like, close the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, yep, okay, great, to bend the knee. Yep, you're right. Okay, yep, they just wanted to spend money. I don't know, like, I kind of feel like even if Tatum doesn't come back, I still think that the way that they are, just the way they're constructed, they're still, I didn't think they were a team. I think when we talked way back when, that was just a group of guys out there. That wasn't a team, right? Now they're a team. And I wanted to just bring this up. Vucevic, I think we've always known what he could do. Whether it was in Orlando, I think he talked his way out of Chicago. But do you think he'll start tonight, or will they continue to have him coming off the bench these last 28 games?
I think, you know, he's the second that he was traded here, he talked about how he was open to it. I still think it's best to bring him off the bench just for if they keep him moving forward, that's essentially what I think his role will be. So I would say give him the last 20 or so games, whatever they have left in that role, see how he likes it. If it works for him, I think he's a legitimate candidate to be brought back at a team-friendly number. Maybe you give him, 2 years, $20 million with the second year as a team option. The whole point of it is finding a role that these players thrive in and then maximize it. That's what Joe has done all year. Maybe there could be some double big in there, but I think with or without Tatum, he's like your Al Horford last year, is how I view him. I think Kata has done enough to warrant being a starter. He's just having such a breakout year. You don't want to limit that. I say treat Vucevic like Al Horford last year. If you have to spot start him here and there, you can, but he's primarily your, not your sixth man, but your, offensive firepower off the bench.
He's good. I didn't realize he might not be as good of a defender as Al, but man, he double every night for that guy.
It's honestly the bar is like what we saw with Simons. Can you just be a passable defender, right? Well, we have enough team defenders around him where they can sort of cover up a lot of his sort of efficiencies on that end. Like he's not a rim protector. That's okay. Derek White is the best rim protector in the league. They have Jordan Walsh. They have guys to cover for that. What he then gives you on the other end is like the spacing of a Porzingis with the passing of a Horford who can also post up, who isn't going to be pushed off his spot like Porzingis was. So if they can get his defense to be passable like they were able to do with Simons, it's a home run, no matter how you slice it.
Dan, I have a sniffer. I sometimes got to sniff things out. It doesn't smell right, or, I got to look into it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I saw Tatum and LeBron golfing. And I know people golf. Like, I'm not trying to get the sniffer out on that one, but do you think LeBron would ever want to finish his career with the Celtics?
I'm also smelling what you're smelling.
Oh, that's sniffing. Yes.
Listen, I will just say this. If you look back in the history of the NBA, Team USA always tells us of a future pairing that nobody sees coming. The Celtics are even an example of that. You may remember Derek White was a member of the Team USA before he was a Celtic, when Kemba and Jalen and Tatum were all on that team. Right now, if you look at all the teams from this year's all the players on this Team USA, that is something that you can't ignore. It's almost like I think it goes back all the way to like the Dream Team. Like literally since they went to pros, every single Team USA has given us a future pairing. Why can't that be the future pairing? I think it would be absolutely insane given the history. But from a basketball standpoint, if he's looking around the landscape, who could offer him a better basketball situation than what the Celtics could if he's willing to take, non-taxpayer mid-level or something like that?
All right, well, I like that one. Just two more I got for you. SGA will probably be the MVP, but he's starting to miss more games. I saw this on your Twitter earlier today.
Yeah.
I do. Sorry, who did I talk to today? Joe Vidar I talked to today from The Athletic. And he said that he did a midseason MVP. He gave his vote to Jaylen Brown. But the more that these guys fall, Jokic, SGA, doesn't this put Jaylen Brown in that conversation for MVP?
I think it's very similar to what we saw with Tatum in 22-23 when I think he got as high as fourth when he averaged 30 that year, and they won, I think, around like 57 or so games. If you're going to tell me, I don't think Jokic can miss anymore. I think SGA is out another week. When you do the math, he can miss, I don't know, right around 5 or 6, depending on when he comes back. I think if they're both in it, I think Jaylen will finish somewhere. If the Celtics have a strong close to the season, they finish top 2, top 3 seed. I think it'll be a similar thing where he'll finish third or fourth. In terms of, if SGA and Jokic somehow don't hit 65 games and the Celtics have that finish, I think it'll really come down to, like, what do the Pistons look like? What does Cade look like? I think he'll be higher, but I think at the end of the day, he'll settle in just like what Tatum did at right around third or fourth, depending on who makes it.
All right, and then finally, I don't know what Adam Silver's doing when it comes to tanking. Did I enjoy All-Star Weekend? I did like the game. I think it was okay. There wasn't a lot of people there though. But tanking.
Well, that's LA for you.
That's right. And then tell Jaylen Brown about that, who was vindicated today, by the way. Well, we can leave that story out for now. But tanking, my advice, or we were talking about this last night, but there's so many ping pong balls, right? Well, if a team gets fined like the Jazz, you remove a couple of ping pong balls, right? If a team does well, hey, you didn't pay the tax this year. You get 25 ping pong balls. I don't know. I'm trying here. So I don't know what Adam Silver's going to do, but today he sent out a memo to the league about tanking. What do you think they can do about this?
Yeah, so all the ideas that they floated around to the 30 teams, I think it was like 5 or 6 of them, they're all pretty terrible. It was stuff like you can't pick in the top 4 2 years in a row. If you make the Eastern Conference Finals the year before, you then can't have a top 4 pick. They want to flatten all of the lottery odds. They want to extend it to the play-in teams. I just think it's a lot of overreaction over a generational draft class. And because we're in this dead period and we needed something to talk about, it's suddenly become this massive issue. I think a lot of it is when they changed the lottery odds a few years ago and flattened them at the top, all that did was just incentivize more teams to get from the middle into the end of the lottery because, as we just saw, you could be the Dallas Mavericks with a 1% chance and you could land a generational team or generational talent. So why would you want to play in the play-in when you can just lose a couple games and get into the lottery? I honestly just go back to how it was where the worst picks had the highest number of odds. You'll never stop the true bottom of the league tanking. But what you can do is limit the teams that try to get into the pool. So if you don't have as good of a shot as the number 14 team as you do now, maybe teams won't be sort of ducking to get out of the play-in if it's really not going to be beneficial to them. All the ideas we're seeing now, you're hearing abolish the draft, have free agency. That's all hogwash. They're not going to do something like that, nor should they. I just think go back to the old lottery odd format. Realize that every once in a while you're going to have a Tim Duncan draft or a generational draft like this year. That's just part of the life cycle of basketball, but it's much to do about nothing if you ask me.
All right, Skaz, you got anything you need to add to Barstool Greeny tonight before we let him go? Skaz of the Green Teamers podcast.
No, it's just it's nice to have a man of intelligent takes and reasonable Celtics fodder on the airwaves. It's nice, Joe. It's a change of pace around here.
I just think it's so complicated, and it's just so much easier to say that Tatum and Brown hate each other and the owner's cheap than to actually just take a breath and understand and look at everything holistically. Because once you do, it's like, what is there to be mad about? They didn't give up any rotation players. They didn't give up any picks. They're positioned well in the future, and they're, arguably one of the best teams in the NBA. It's like, what are we doing? We dreamed of something like this.
And it's the hardest league to look at the cap situation, right? The cap is crap in the NFL. I think that's been validated. But I don't know, NHL, there's a floor, right? You got to pay to an amount. You can only go over a certain amount. They got that long-term injured reserve that they finally fixed, though. But you look at all the leagues, like baseball's guaranteed money. That's going to come to a halt at some point, right? Or the lockout. The NBA is the hardest thing to figure out, but I do think they got some really smart guys in there that are figuring it out.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Brad Stevens and Mike Zarin, until they show us otherwise, you kind of have to assume they know what they're doing, in my humble opinion.
I think I saw you do the old Larry Bird McHale with those two guys.
I mean, again, now they're not manipulating, but they're utilizing the 10-day rule to fill out their roster because you can only have 13 players for X amount of weeks, and they're able to add and still stay under the luxury tax. It's granted, I went to Arizona State, so I'm not saying I could do this math, but it's truly just remarkable what they've been able to do.
Delano Banton's back. I like him. He played pretty well when they let him go last year.
Listen, he got a ring. More championship culture in the locker room.
That's right. More leadership in there for the gang. All right, Greeny, appreciate it. No, seriously, we haven't been able to have a. We always get shut down, right? It's hard to have a conversation regarding the Celtics because it's been all about ownership and the money and that they're not going to win and not have a roster. So this was refreshing tonight. I needed this.
Well, listen, you guys know where to find me. Anytime you need me, I'm here for you.
All right, well, hey, the playoffs, 28 more games, so we're going to be talking to you. Keep the phone handy, all right?
All right, that works.
You got it. By the way, Jason Tatum's birthday party, we might have a celebration because, we were told that we're going to be hosting the damn thing. So maybe we'll send you an invite.
Also, that's another thing. He's getting killed because he wants to come back in front of his own fans. If he didn't, it would be why isn't he waiting until he's back in front of the team that supports it? So like I said, it's all just brainworms and Tatum derangement syndrome, if you ask me.
Just so you know, we got crap for that. We got strays on that one. His birthday, and we got strays. I can't believe that happened. But hey, if we have that party, the invite's there for you, Dan. Appreciate your time.
Right on. I'm in. I'm there.
All right, he's Dan Greenberg. Everybody check out his work. Barstool Greeny here on 98.5. The Sports Hub does an excellent job as the Green get back in action tonight here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. All right, we got to hit the headline. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Celtics and Warriors. I can't stop now, Skez. I can't stop doing it. Tonight, 9:30 pregame. Tip-off just after 10 o'clock. Steph Curry out for tonight. Kristaps Porzingis could make his debut for the Golden State Warriors tonight. And that would be cool. Headlines, they are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandoilChange.com. You can save 15% off at extra out the oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.
interrupt. If you could only choose one, we'll let Triple D answer this one too. Dawson. If you could only choose one addition this offseason for the Patriots, Max Crosby or A.J. Brown?
Max Crosby.
I think I'm also going Max Crosby.
Even though you have to give up more?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Joe?
I think A.J. Brown.
Boo.
And the reason why is I think you can give up less. I think he's going to play for Vrabel. I really do. And
You
I
don't think Max Crosby would?
No, he would. He would. I just think you'd have to give up Barmore in a first. Which I would do, by the way.
Who's a better player?
Crosby.
What's more important, getting to the quarterback or having another option for Drake May?
For the Patriots, that's a good question because I still think helping and protecting Drake May should be their number one thing. A.J. Brown helps with that. But if you look at their roster, quarterback, tackle, defensive back, pass rusher, isn't that the four horsemen of, having a good team?
Don't you view A.J. Brown as more of a deep threat receiver?
Which would be good for Drake May.
Or is that, maybe something they should rein in a little bit because of the offensive line, and they need more possession receivers that don't run 15-yard routes every single time like they were trying to do in the Super Bowl, so he's getting killed.
Well, they have such a good offensive line that they couldn't get him the ball in Philly.
Well, that's what, yeah.
So, you think it'd be worse here because it's not as good?
I think he would be not happy. And how did that go in Philadelphia?
He'd rather play for Mike Vrabel than Nick Sirianni. Anything on you, Dawson?
Well, would you rather them trade for A.J. Brown and try to re-sign Chase on, or would you go try to trade for Max Crosby and try to go receiver in the draft or in free agency?
I'm thinking of a rebuild of a program. I think Max Crosby. I want Max Crosby on the team. Don't get me wrong. Just think you're going to have to give up a lot. And when you are a program that's rebuilding, wouldn't you rather try to find that guy instead of trading for him? They can't find a wide receiver, guys. They can't.
Yeah.
But if one's available for a third-round pick and change, would you do it?
Well, didn't Philly come out last week and say that he was going to play or they wanted him to play for the Eagles next year?
Yeah, but of course they're saying that because they want to raise the price. It is a good debate, though. Would you rather Max Crosby or A.J. Brown? I think the better player is Max Crosby. I don't even know if you have to think about that.
No, definitely agree.
I think you just, who's the better player, checkbox Max Crosby. He is 28. He's young.
Small breaking news here, but Jaylen Brown has released a statement.
Yeah, so I mentioned this in passing with Greeny, but basically, you could read the statement, but he was vindicated from some of the things that happened in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, so originally he tweeted out, thank you for the apology, Beverly Hills, but damage is already done, and I can't recreate the moment again. And what about resources partners lost in a moment that was supposed to be celebrated? You embarrassed me and my brand. Then he gives a full response, a statement from Jaylen Brown Enterprises, Inc. regarding recent event during NBA All-Star Weekend. We acknowledge the city of Beverly Hills' recent clarification confirming that prior public statements made on their behalf were incorrect and false, specifically that no permit was ever applied for, denied, and that the residence has no prior violations on record. While we appreciate the correction of those facts, the city has now stated the event was shut down because officials believed codes were being violated. A private gathering cannot lawfully be terminated based on assumption alone, particularly when no official ever entered the residence to observe conditions or verify any alleged violation. This was a private invitation-only gathering at a private home among friends and partners, not a public or commercial event.
Before 8 p.m., too.
Requiring a permit, yes. Yep. Music was voluntary, turned off at 6 p.m., well before the 10 p.m. noise ordinance. In advance of the event, our team proactively contacted the Beverly Hills Police Department requesting to hire an off-duty officer for support, and that request was declined. No proof of any alleged violation was ever produced to the homeowner, our team, or legal counsel. Without observation, documentation, investigation or confirmed violations. Enforcement action based on belief alone raises serious due process concerns. Jaylen Brown Enterprises, Inc. supports lawful compliance and cooperative engagement with municipalities wherever we operate. However, this private residential gathering was interrupted without substantiated cause, resulting in significant financial and reputational harm. We remain open to a constructive resolution with the city of Beverly Hills. So basically saying you couldn't have been more wrong every step of the way. You were wrong. Yes, absolutely.
They were targeted by assumption.
100%.
And I fully support and agree with him.
Yeah, you got screwed.
He was targeted. And he felt that way.
It's embarrassing.
He knew it from the start. And it was based off assumption.
Yep.
It's all right there.
Yeah,
I mean, we're not making this up.
No, it's in print.
And he, in his defense, also, like, he has a great brand. That, like, they interrupted something that was supposed to be a good thing for the community.
Celebration, yes.
By assumption, and I'm not trying to go anywhere else with this, Kaz, but this happens in everyday life, right? Whether you're pulled over in your car, whether you're just an innocent bystander, at times people with control or that type of control can use their power and use their assumption against people. I'm not trying to go there right now, but I think that Jaylen Brown felt that way. I don't know how he felt. I don't know how Jaylen Brown feels. I don't know. But reading those statements, his party got broken up off of assumption, and that's targeting.
I think it's fair for us to assume that that's targeting.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's have fun now. Let's do some in or out. We'll do that next here on the Sports Hub.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in or out?
More Joe Murray coming up on the energy drinks.
Celtics and Warriors tonight, right here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Steph Curry and Seth Curry are out tonight. Al Horford, though, you guys know him. He'll be playing, and along with potentially Kristaps Porzingis. Also, Jaylen Brown has made a statement regarding his recent event over All-Star Weekend. Although he accepts the apology from the Beverly Hills Police Department, the damage is already done. I can't recreate that moment again. And the resources partners lost. In a moment that was supposed to be celebrated, you embarrassed me and my brand. Headlines, they are brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. We all love the word free. So does Awaken 180. Medication free, side effect free, free support for life. Awaken180weightloss.com. I'm Joe Murray.
Deep three, violent two-hand slam. Wow.
98.5 Sports Hub.
Are you in or out? Gotta know without a doubt. I'm the one you need for a dirty deed. I'm the best. Success is guaranteed.
In the project.
Oh, so it's covering songs. It's not. I was making up songs as we go.
So it is. He's releasing a metal album featuring 35 hand-picked musicians, and he will be covering songs by 3 different bands. Joe Murray, would you like your guess at these bands?
Okay. Well, not Henry Rollins' band. No. What about Ozzy Osbourne? Or Black Sabbath?
Black Sabbath, yes.
All right. So that's one. I'm trying to think now because of the other guitarist that you mentioned. Tool?
No Tool. Ooh. Think of a young Joe Murray.
Alice in Chains?
No. Joe Murray went to a school that would have had these. You were maybe even worked with one of these at a time. Something. Come on, Joe. I'm trying to lead you to water here. Judas
Priest.
Yes.
We could have been. That could have been like you playing the $1,000 pyramid.
Yes. Yeah.
Judas blank Priest. Joe, where you went to school? You went to the Mediterranean. Let's go. Priest. Got it. One more, huh? All right, let's do one more. What's Well, so it's got to be all 70s rock, right?
Big band, I would say.
Led Zeppelin?
Not Led Zeppelin.
Pink
More metal. More,
Metallica?
Not Metallica.
AC/DC.
You're getting closer with Metallica, though, I feel like.
Megadeth.
No. 2 words.
Van Halen.
Iron Maiden.
Why didn't I know that?
So William Shatner will be covering Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, and Iron Maiden with 35 handpicked musicians.
Breaking the law. I'm William Shatner. Oh, God, I won't get into that.
Are you in or are you out?
You know what?
In. Come on.
Give it to me.
Why not?
I thought we were going to do like Star Trek songs or like
heavy metal Star Trek.
My friend Carlton Banks or something, Nope, that's okay. I'm in. Let's do it. Give it to me, baby.
Why not? Let Shatner do what he wants.
Give it to me, baby.
All right, Joe, from William Shatner to McDonald's. McDonald's introducing breakfast poutine at select locations. Joe Murray, are you in or out?
Okay. So, is there a photo?
I believe it is in Slack.
Okay, let me look at the photo. All right, before I look at the photo, breakfast poutine. So, it would just be regular French fries from McDonald's?
So I will give you the McDonald's version of a morning classic right here from the press release. It is crispy potato bites made with 100% Canadian potatoes, a savory mix of scrambled eggs, tomatoes, green chilies, onions, and sausage, topped with cheese curds and a delicious hot hollandaise-style sauce.
Okay. So I worked at McDonald's. They never made anything else besides hash browns and fries. So you're telling me there's cheese curds now?
That's what I'm telling you, Joe.
And they're going to make a new potato?
Crispy potato bites. They almost look like little tots.
So not wedges?
No, more tots,
So it's basically a crumpled up hash brown.
Dawson has put a picture in Slack so you don't have to scroll. It should appear right there. Not a great... Dawson, I don't know if that's...
I'm going to tell you, though, that ramekin holder, very good. That's a poutine holder right there. Now we're getting McDonald's gravy, huh?
I guess so, Joe.
Ooh, I don't know. Oh, God, McDonald's gravy. You know what, though? Someone had the idea, right? Like, duck fat in Portland is by far the best. But a nice diner, like 50s diner, dude. Oh, yeah. I just dropped it all, yeah. You know what? It's the gravy that I'm worried about, Skaz. And I don't want all that other green stuff. The cheese curds? Who the hell needs cheese curds?
Gonna upset the Midwest, Joe.
Well, like, I'm now wondering, like, is it a gravy? Is it a bag of gravy, or do you boil it and make gravy?
You're the McDonald's guy, Joe.
Exactly. No, I feel like it would come in a bag.
In or out on bagged gravy?
Well, when you have gravy now, how do you... I have the little things that are like taco seasoning.
Yeah.
You pop it in the thing, you spin it.
You whisk it up. Yeah,
exactly that. We ain't whisking at McDonald's.
I don't think so, no. A lot of risk.
So I'm you know what? Here's the deal. I'm in because I'll try it. But I'll be out if I don't like it. That fair enough, everybody?
Sure, Joe. Why not?
I'm in on poutine at McDonald's.
Okay, there we go.
That bag of gravy, though.
Well, from poutine to Pat McAfee.
Oh, sorry.
Close. Pat McAfee, everyone's favorite tool, has hired Hollywood super agent Ari Emanuel, who wants to turn him into the next Sylvester Stallone. He has already started to book McAfee for movie and TV roles. Joe Murray, are you in or out on Pat McAfee being the next Sylvester Stallone?
So, the only reason why I'm in is because you hate him.
I think this is one of the biggest slaps in the face to Sylvester Stallone being put in the same conversation as
Do you know
this
that
tool.
I thought that earlier today?
Yes.
When I first saw it, I went, man, Sly must be pissed.
Yes, he wrote and put his life, literally every ounce of his life into becoming Sylvester Stallone and Rocky.
Sylvester Stallone was homeless and poor.
He was He literally became Rocky. He is Rocky.
He wrote the story.
Now we have to. This tank top wearing tool is going to be the next. I'm going to have to see him now in every Marvel piece of crap that comes out. No, thank you.
Do you have a favorite? It doesn't mean it's the best movie.
But my favorite movie is Gladiator.
No, but from Sylvester Stallone.
Oh,
and it doesn't have to be the best.
My favorites. Oh boy, I mean, I do love Rambo. I do love Rocky. Now I'm gonna have to think about it.
So my favorite doesn't mean it's the best. Escape Plan.
My dad loves that movie.
Dude, tell your old man that movie rules because it's Arnold. Him and Arnold are together.
My dad is the biggest fan of the worst action movies you've ever seen.
But it's Ray Breslin, a guy who breaks out of jails or breaks out of things, and come to find out, well, I don't want to spoil.
Yeah, don't ruin the movie, Joe.
And you know who's in it too? Sylvester
Rocky 4 is my favorite.
Okay, that's a good one.
Creed, Creed is unbelievable. Very good movie.
Balboa is also a very good one.
Yeah.
Can I give you one that people are going to laugh at? But as a kid, another bad movie my dad made me watch that I, as a kid, thought was awesome was Judge Dredd. I know it's not a good movie.
I know.
But as a kid, it was very entertaining.
Dude, I went to the movie theater to watch Stop and My Mom Will Shoot with Estelle Getty and Sylvester Stallone. That was bad.
Yeah, okay.
The grandma from Golden Girls. Another one that I really liked from the 80s that really I really enjoyed it as a kid. Over the Top. It's him as he's a truck driver, but he competes in arm wrestling competitions. And his best friend was now I think I'm oh no, am I crossing up Chuck Norris now? You ever cross up Chuck Norris and Sylvester Stallone?
I don't know if I've ever gotten those two mixed up.
Somebody just wanted to let us know the best poutine ever is the Lucky Dog Tavern in North Smithfield. Thank you.
All right, there you go.
Over the top, though. But Escape Plan rules. Have you ever seen part 2?
I don't think I've seen part. It was probably on in my living room.
Do you know who the star of it is with him?
No.
Batista.
Oh, we'll see. He's a good actor. Good. That's what I like. Get Batista out there. Get him more.
That was a perfect setup.
Yes. Oh.
Dude, Escape Plan really does rule. It's a really. I can't sit here and say it's a really good movie, but I love that movie.
It's entertaining.
It's
an
for
entertaining
guys.
movie.
Movies for guys who like movies.
That's my dad. All right, Joe. So wait a second. Are you in or out on Pat McAfee being the next Sly Stallone?
See, people just sent me Over the Top, Judge Dredd, and Demolition Man. Good. That's a good 3.
Not bad.
Someone just said, "Hey, has this been brought to your attention? A halal restaurant in Orlando has a great name, The Dough Show."
Oh, the Joe Show and the Dough Show.
And they're flipping pizzas. What else we got tonight?
All right, Joe. We talk about food items being brought back often on the night show. Well, our friends over at Taco Bell have announced they're bringing back the Cheesy Street Chalupas for a limited time. They feature slow-roasted chicken, crispy bacon, and avocado ranch wrapped in toasted cheddar shells. Joe Murray, are we in or out on the Cheesy Street Chalupas?
I saw you send this earlier today. I was thinking about chalupas today.
How do you feel about a toasted cheddar shell? You like flavored like chalupa taco shells?
So, all right, dude. Funny story. When I was in Maui, I just wanted tacos, like kind of like taco shells. But the way that they were grilling them, I'm like, well, why are they doing this? But it's just the way that they did it. So I know I didn't like order it right. But they made the taco shells like chalupa shells. And when I bit into the chalupa, it was straight cheese. And it was, dude, when I tell you, it was amazing. So, like, yeah, they put cheese on the beef, but, like, a filled chalupa, dude. So I think I'm in on this. Because this is the return of the Cheesy Street Chalupa, right?
The return, Joe.
So where else can you get a Cheesy Street Chalupa outside of Maui? I'm in. Let's go, baby.
And we have sources. Kendra Middleton has texted us. Poutine in Canada, out. Not great from one Kendra Middleton.
Oh, I just saw her write to us now.
Not good.
So poutine. Oh, well, actually, with the thing that she wrote, I can't say.
It's strong.
Can I
It's
tell you
strong
what
out.
else? What else? So I told you I got my tattoo in Canada.
Yes.
Do you know that you can do a breathalyzer inside a Burger King?
Just for fun?
For driving.
Hold on. I know what a breathalyzer is used for, Joe. Why is it in the Burger King? Why is it for driving?
I think Americans go that are under 21 or 18. I forget what it is. 18 the age there?
I think so. Why not?
But you also have to pay for extra sauces when you go to.
So the breathalyzer's in the restaurant?
Yeah, we all took them and we all failed.
Just. What do you got to give me more here, Joe?
There was a breathalyzer test, like a. Remember, you'd go into a CVS.
And you stick your arm in the thing.
Yeah,
blood pressure machine or whatever.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. They just had it like that in a Burger King. This is 1998.
And if you failed, what?
It would just alert.
And then you guys could walk out and leave?
You could walk right out.
Okay, all right.
No different than someone who has one in their car. Hey, blow on this for me.
Yeah, there you go.
Not like anybody does that I would know ever in my life.
No, of course.
But I have seen. Oh no, what was it? 40-year-old virgin?
Yes.
She goes, blow into this.
Yes. It's like a bag of sand. Joe, are you familiar with the luxury brand Hermes? I thought it was Hermes, but it's Hermes.
Oh, yeah, Hermes.
They are selling a $296,000 pool table that comes with 4 cues, and you can buy an extra cue individually for $5,100. Joe Murray, are you in or out on spending $300,000 on a pool table?
If I had a $300,000 pool table, I wouldn't play it. Like, what about? Tell me about the balls.
Great. Some shine, Joe. Oh, the rub on these things, you wouldn't believe it.
What about the pool chalk?
Is maple wood, leather wraps, polished hornbeam shafts, Joe. There you go if you need that. It is a Bakelite rack with lacquered paint and leather. Would you like some more of Hermes?
Because isn't Hermes like Birkins and scarves and that kind of stuff?
So that's what I thought, Joe. But they have some more expensive home items if you're curious. Would you like to guess how much an Hermes backgammon board goes for?
No. I don't know. But I'm curious. I'll say $5,000.
How about $28,000 for a backgammon board?
What about a pool stick?
The extra pool stick is $5,000.
You mean, well, I think I used to pay $200 for mine. It was the one that you would screw
still a pretty
off.
penny, yeah.
You ever see The Fresh Prince?
There's like Uncle Buck.
Where Will Smith is getting hustled, and him and Jeffrey go, and he goes, Jeffrey, get me Bertha.
No, it's Lucille.
Oh,
isn't it?
Lucille.
Yeah, get me Lucille. Who could forget?
How did I forget that?
I think it's Lucille.
What was Bertha?
I don't know.
Jeffrey, get me Lucille. Now I got to look that up. They hustled him, remember? And he was dancing while he was doing it.
It's Lucille, named after B.B. King's guitar.
Ah, there it is.
There it is.
Why did I say Bertha? What was Bertha? What is the most so this is a home item that Hermes sells?
Yes, they also sell a chess and checkers game for $130K.
Do you think Belichick would have one?
I'll look. I think he's spending his money on other things these days.
Like, dude, think about it. A Pokemon card just went for $16 million.
Kind of.
Well, it got split into whatever.
Yeah.
Which Luke from Cardsar broke that down for us last night.
He did, yes.
I'm still kind of confused on it all. Golden's even taking Stray. Stray seems to be the name tonight.
A lot of strays.
Why do I keep saying that tonight? Catching strays?
You're young, you're hip, Joe.
Who says this to me?
Dawson, maybe?
Who said catching strays?
Kevin Pomfret feels like that might be up his
that's
alley.
a wicked him. People are mentioning Tango and Cash was a really good Sylvester Stallone movie. I didn't even have Cliffhanger. Did you ever like that? That was pretty good. $130,000 chessboard. Someone's pissed. Uncle Hermes. My baby want a Birkin. She's been telling me all night long. Gasoline and groceries. The list goes on and on. Night show ain't working. Why we working so hard? Hi, Skaz. What are you doing back there?
Talking Celtics with Stenberg.
Oh, so I was just singing by myself while you guys were talking Celtics?
You know, we got to figure out what studio he's doing the game in.
Stenberg is the studio producer tonight.
Yes.
He's welcome back. He probably walked into a bunch of problems.
After
being off?
No. All-Star break. Everybody's, Max is back off the beach. Randy, hopefully, recharged. Everybody should be ready to go.
The specialist with Sharon Stone, people like from Sly Stallone. Man, Sly Stallone's a real big...
You're a Robert Duvall guy, Joe?
Man, it was so sad. The consigliere, the Godfather, went down. I loved him in The Natural, where he years ago knew of him and then caught him. Apocalypse Now, the smell of napalm in the morning. Wait, was that or Platoon? Why can't I remember?
You're mixing everything up tonight.
I do know, because when I was a kid, I always got confused.
When I was a kid, I always got confused.
Anything else tonight?
No, Joe. I think that's we've done our 30-minute in or out. I think that should wrap it up for a Thursday night edition.
All right. I got something for the people.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what? You were teasing something that was going to derail the entire show.
Do you want me to tell it now?
Then we can load up the phone lines?
Load up the phones?
Sure.
There's been a lot of bad losses in championship games in New England. And I have my list, guys. I only want number one. I don't want an order. I mean, if we have to, we can do top three. But that's it.
I got mine ready.
But I want to know the most painful loss in Boston sports championship history. It's got to be like in the playoffs. It can't be any of that. I have mine because it's the right answer. Might not be the answer you all think. But most painful loss in championship history, playoff history in Boston sports. Well, line it up, 617-779-0985. I'm Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
If UConn basketball scores big, you could score bigger at Jordan's. Get any furniture or mattress now, and if the men's and women's team both make
Patriots losing the Super Bowl this year, I was thinking about where does it rank amongst like losses in championship careers.
I don't want to sound spoiled, Joe, but this year wasn't like a heartbreaking Super Bowl loss.
This one's not even in my top 9.
No, yeah.
I have a top 9 here.
That's
10?
a lot, Joe. 9 is a lot.
So, kind of curious, Skaz. Now remember this it's playoffs. So let's say championship game or like conference championship or Super Bowl. Okay? That's why it's championships. I have a list of 3 that turned into 5. That is now turned into 10.
Now, Joe, you went into commercial saying, I want only one answer, right?
So I only want one. Yes. I only want one answer.
But you have 10.
I did an order 1 through 10. So I'm kind of curious, Skaz. You can lead it off.
Yeah, mine. So this is my personal one, right? Like the one that upset me the most. So you would think Celtics to the Warriors, but no, because they just weren't ready. Like that's how the NBA works. The Warriors were the better team, all planet player. Tough one to swallow, but it took me maybe a couple of years, but I got over it. For me, I think it's the 2019 Bruins losing to the Blues at home against what was an inferior team. I don't want to call the Blues bad, but they were a team that got hot at the right time, similar to those Giants teams. But those Giants teams, I think, were even more talented than the St. Louis Blues, and I just think it bothers me so much because of those guys' legacy and what it would have meant to Bergeron and Chara and Krejci in that group, and Tuukka certainly to win a second cup, to win a real cup for Tuukka. I just think that era of guys in the NHL that Bergeron and Marchand and Chara are going to be compared to are Duncan Keith and Taves and Patrick Kane and Crosby, Malkin, those guys, and it just is always going to come back to they only won one cup, and they had numerous opportunities to do that, but your Boston Bruins have won one cup in 60 years or whatever it is. So for me, that is the biggest blown championship. I think they choke that one away.
Does Dawson have one?
Dawson's are from before he was born.
What year were you born, Dawson?
2005.
What's yours?
Well, I think from the impact it made on the city, I wasn't here, so I don't know, but I feel like the 86 loss would be number 1 on a lot of people's lists.
So it should be 1986.
You think that's bigger than 07?
No. Nope. My number 1 is the 03 Aaron Boone.
Aaron Boone.
It's because of 86.
But don't you think 04 takes a little of the sting out of 03?
No, it made 03 hurt more and made it better. Like it magnifies how bad 03 was. Do you get what I'm saying?
It's my first sports memory.
Like you're saying, hey, doesn't it help? No, I think it validates how bad, dude. 03 was horrifically terrible.
And Grady Little still doesn't think he did anything wrong.
Imagine being that old and unaccountable.
What a life, Joe. What a life.
I mean, it's just typical old man, right? Typical old boy, typical old guy.
I can't argue there.
03 hurt so bad that in the offseason, Theo Epstein had dinner with Kurt Schilling's family and said, we need you. At Thanksgiving dinner, literally said, we need you. I'm sleeping at your house tonight because I can't let you go.
Mark Cuban tried that one.
Yeah, he did try that. It didn't work. And then they signed Keith Folk. And they were down 3-0.
Certainly.
And they came back to win it all. 03 hurt so bad, not to mention, dude, I watched a documentary with Tim Wakefield crying. That killed me. Nice. He felt like he let everybody down. Knowing now, Wakefield no longer with us and the stories and the what he's done for the 03 was such I'll never. That one hurt the most out of all of the one.
How old were you in 03?
I was living with my buddy, so I was probably like 22.
So that's a good age for that. Yeah,
03. So yeah, no, I was 21. Yeah,
perfect
21.
age for heartbreak, Joe.
Oh God, it was a bad one, dude. It was a bad one. Aaron Boone too.
Bum.
Oh wait, was that on Maz's Tears?
But Joe, is Aaron Boone? Yes, it was, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But was Aaron Boone hitting that home run worth it? Because now he's been their manager for so long. Like, to me, it's almost worth it because of what he's done to that franchise.
Yeah, and they got smoked by Josh Beckett and the Marlins.
Yes,
smoked.
Also great.
Yeah. Just if you want, night number 2, 07. It was an undefeated season. You blew an undefeated season.
You blew
it. You blew it. My number 3, 2010 Celtics. You had a lead in the fourth quarter against the Lakers in a Game 7 without Kendrick Perkins. And I will never forget, watch, Skaz, I was sitting on the couch, and I remember Phil Jackson saying, these guys have a history of blowing leads.
Yeah. What was the foul disparity in that game?
Well,
a lot of free throws,
I blame Doc Rivers. You know why?
Well, of course.
He only played Tony Allen a certain amount of minutes. Ray Allen's a great player. And I get it. You want your best guys on the court. But Kobe was eating them. And Tony Allen at the time was one of their best defenders. Rasheed Wallace started that game. He played very well. He had to start. He was a bench guy all year. And the only other big they had, the only other guy that they played all night long was Big Baby.
No Scott Pollard?
But dude, come on. They went 7 deep in a Game 7 with one of your best defenders not going up against Kobe Bryant. I'm still pissed about it. And Doc still sucks. Like, Doc Rivers is going to go to the Hall of Fame before Bill Belichick.
I don't know about that. He's a finalist. He'll probably get in.
Dude, there's a boil going on inside me right now.
A boil?
Yeah, I've been I have PTSD.
I don't like the sound of that.
I have PTSD right now. So it was easy for me. The game that I tell you was my worst bet of my life, 06. 06 championship game. Patriots were up 21-6 at halftime. I had Pats in the over. It was, Skaz, when I tell you it was a thing of beauty. Like, this is like, the Riche Caldwell, Jabbar Gaffney team. Like, this offense stunk. And Brady brought them to the championship game. They almost still won the game. Did you know that? After blowing the lead? That one hurt, dude. So, yeah, I want me to keep going. 2019 Bruins. They lost at a Game 7 at home on a bad line change where Tuukka was really good. You got your best Tuukka that year.
To Binnington. Oh. Heard you learn something about Jordan Binnington tonight.
I did. You ever wonder about how many bodily functions have been on the Stanley Cup?
Quite a few, Joe. Quite a few, I'd have to imagine.
Next was the 2017 Super Bowl, Pats. Malcolm Butler game.
Oh, the bench to Malcolm Butler game.
Yeah.
Tom Brady throws for 500 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
That one got away.
I blame Bill for that one.
06 and 17 completely got away.
Blame the coach.
Then I went 22 Celtics. Was that 22?
Yeah.
They were up 2-1. What, 2-1 in the series? I know that we can look at it and say you lost to a generational team when you were young. Absolutely. Like, that's the narrative.
You got out coached too.
Absolutely. It hurt though. Right? You lost to the Warriors.
And then Steph became Steph.
He did.
In Boston.
The 13 Bruins got me.
Another bad line change there.
Tuukka Rask gave up. They were up 3-1. No, 3-2. Tuukka Rask gave up 2 goals in like 25. Well, like third period. I was already thinking Game 7. I was working here. I was thinking Game 7 already. Then the 12 Giants and the 2020 Miami Heat.
Yeah, Dawson mentioned that he won. That was one of their worst losses. Tatum got hurt, and Jalen was awful in that game. I just think they weren't ready, and then Jimmy Butler gets his ass kicked in the finals. That was kind of nice to watch. But yeah, that one did suck.
I could be missing some, but imagine the team going to all of these are losses. These are the losses. Like, how many more realistically, I think 06. Now 06 they could have won. They would have beat the Bears. They would have smoked the Bears.
Rex Grossman, sexy Rex.
They would have smoked them.
Devin Hester.
That was a bad roster. That was all Brady. That was Brady before he injured. Before the perfect season. The 10 Celtics they lost to Kobe fair and square. Fair and square. But Brady throwing for 500 yards in the Super Bowl, that's unacceptable. I'm sorry. Let's talk to Steve in Foxborough. Steve.
Hey, Joe. What's going on?
Hey, bud.
As a lifelong sports fan in my 50s, I feel like really selfish saying this, but it has to be the 07-08 Patriots loss to the Giants. It was a numbing loss where I couldn't even read a newspaper back when there were newspapers or listen to sports radio for like a month. It was a terrible loss.
Steve, I think maybe you've heard me say this before, but I got into the radio business in 07. And I was a producer, and then I got my own show, and my very first show ever, Joey Murr Sports Blast, was the day after the Patriots lost the Super Bowl.
Yes, that's welcoming you to the business.
Nobody called. Nobody called.
Nobody called. Oh, God.
Thanks,
sorry,
Steve.
Joe.
Hey, man, things have worked out pretty well, though, I worked a couple of Super Bowls, won. John's in Sudbury. Hey, John.
Hey, guys. 06 Giants, that was a tough one being in college, a bunch of Giants fans, but I agree with you, Joe. 03, I'm not the guy that gets all wound up, with these losses, but it was a junior in high school. My buddies and I huddled up and said a prayer, turned the TV off, said a prayer, and as it clicked back on, Boone hit it out. Most visceral experience I've ever had watching sports. It was freaking brutal.
Nobody will ever understand it again either. It was so bad. I'll never forget. I think I was when it happened. I didn't even react. I didn't say I didn't throw anything. I just was in silence of disbelief.
Dude, a bunch of football donkeys. We sat down and said a prayer, flipped the TV back on, and literally as the pitch was thrown. And I never felt anything like that watching sports. Coming from a guy who doesn't get all too wound up when we win or lose. Right. But that one, I think that justifies number one.
What prayer did you sing?
Oh gosh, probably the Irish one, right? With me, with the wind always be at your back. I can't recall.
Yeah, okay, I got you. Prayers, guys. The prayers got him. Jeff's in New Hampshire. Jeff.
Hey, guys. Sports disappointments. I grew up in the 70s, so that was really painful for Boston fans, Red Sox, Reds, Bruins, Canadians, Red Sox, Yankees. And then Stallone, I don't know if you've seen his wrestling movie or knew of it, Paradise Alley in the 70s with a prime Terry Funk.
Yep.
And Nighthawks with Rutger Hauer, great cop movie. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Terry Funk also in... what was the remake that happened this year? Kurt Russell, Patrick Swayze there. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Roadhouse?
Roadhouse, thank you. Whew, that one sucked. I watched that one. That remake, blah. Horrible. They gotta stop. Have we found out the girls yet in Baywatch? I don't want to know anything else about that movie.
Show, Joe. I believe it's
show, whatever. I don't care that it's who was the other guy that he just the old Baywatch guy.
Yes.
I don't care about any of them. Stop giving me updates on the men on Baywatch. Sour the Sports has been brought to you by our good friends, because they are our good friends over at Valvoline and Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You can save 15% off your next drive through oil change. And Valvoline and Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. We have the Celtics coming up in a half hour. We'll hand things over to Grandy and Max. They'll have the call tonight, Golden State. Kendra is going to be working the game tonight. And you know what? I would like to bring Kendra in the studio. And Skaz, I'm going to send you 2 songs. One you're going to come back with, and the other one I'm going to let her figure out the lyrics to. So we'll do that next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on The Sports Hub.
The savings are bigger than Mount Rushmore during this President's Day sales event at
expected to make his Warriors debut tonight. And just some other news regarding the Celtics. Jaylen Brown tonight in a long response from what happened in Beverly Hills the other night. Well, thank you for the apology, but he also said he's been embarrassed. He also went on to say you targeted us, and your biased information gave us a half-ass apology. So he thanked him for the apology, then said he was targeted, then said it was a half-ass apology, and the damage is already done. Someone needs to take his phone away. He is right, though. Headlines, they are brought to you by Valvoline and Oil Change and Boston Prolotherapy. Don't let joint pain keep you off the court, course, or trail. Eliminate that pain with Dr. Franke of Boston Prolotherapy. I'm Joe Murray.
This is what happens when analysts take over the game, take over the sport.
This is where you talk sports.
It happens all the time.
To the Celtics, so you'll be here all night by yourself.
Yeah,
well, Matt
scared.
Stenberg will be here, but he's going to be in there working. You get to watch curling.
Yeah.
Which I think we were watching the other night.
I love curling. I don't know why. It's just very satisfying.
Oh, you know what I wanted to... so we did a social video. If you could add one Olympic game to the Winter Olympics, what would yours be? Just so you know, what was yours, Skaz?
I said they could do the 3-on-3 hockey like they do the 3-on-3 basketball, or like sled dog racing. Well, they have the equestrian in the Summer Olympics. Why not a little sled dog racing in the winter, something like that?
Yeah, and I had snowball fights.
Can I say ice fishing?
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
Yeah. I feel like if you were in like a controlled environment, like that could be...
What would it be? Like the speed of catching, or how?
No,
many
I think it would be how big.
Like weight of the fish.
Yeah.
Weight.
And remember those guys that were sticking the weights in the fish?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was low-key genius, though. I
Can
have
you
to
inject
admit.
the fish with anything?
Oh my gosh. Hyaluronic acid.
Yeah, well, there you go. Performance enhancer.
She seems to know about this. Oh, what was the other thing last night that people were eating certain pizza? Because I feel
iguana
like
meat pizza was in Florida.
Yeah, because of all the frozen iguanas.
Yes.
They're selling iguana meat in Publix right now.
Would you eat an iguana?
Okay, this is going to sound so dumb, and people are going to be like, God, you're an idiot. But, like, if it was, like, responsibly sourced and it was just going to, like, not be consumed if I didn't, I would try it.
I can co-sign that.
Yeah. Like, I
think that's
wouldn't
fair.
want, like, an iguana to be murdered for my enjoyment. But if it was, like, obviously, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then last night, Sarko called in and said that he eats iguanas.
Yes.
You know what? Hell yeah. Live your truth.
I've had crocodile and alligator.
It's so good. It tastes
very
just
good.
like chicken. If
I've
you
only
put
had it deep fried, though, like in New Orleans. In New Orleans, guys.
No, there we
barbecue
go.
sauce.
I've had
Dip it?
kangaroo.
That's the vibe.
A dip or...
Yeah, dip.
Okay.
It's like a boneless chicken nugget.
What else did we happen this week that we should
Kendra,
ask?
when you dream,
Yes.
do you ever, did you ask her this already, Joe?
No.
Do you ever see people's feet in your dreams?
I think so, yeah, because shoes, like high heels, like I dream about like shopping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I have a lot of reoccurring dreams in malls.
What do you think that is?
I don't know. My worst reoccurring dream, though, people are going to be like, what is going on? Is me in my childhood house. And I like wake up in the middle of the night, walk into the kitchen to get a drink of water. And I'm like maybe 4 or 5. And an anaconda comes out of the fridge. And I wake up like literally as it's opening its mouth on me every single time. I've had it my entire life. It's just the same reoccurring dream that I remember.
Have you Googled this?
No.
Reoccurring dream of snake biting you?
In the fridge.
Yeah.
In the fridge.
And I'm like 5.
I would love to see this Google search right
I have
now.
had dreams of like my teeth falling out pretty often.
I've had that before.
But people say that also means something, but I think it's just because I've had so much dental work.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I've had some dental work as well, so I've had that dream. As a child, I used to have a scary crocodile or alligator dream that I would be attacked by one of those, but I haven't had that dream in 25 plus years probably.
No, I literally have this one reoccurring dream like at least once a year.
All right, so Google reoccurring dreams about snakes can feel unsettling, but they might hold important messages about your waking life. Understanding what these dreams mean can offer insight into your fears, anxieties, or even personal growth. So, I want to know about the snakes, though. I don't see people in I don't see feet in my dreams, and therefore it means that I don't have control of my life.
Wow. So because I've seen feet in my sleep, I'm in control. That's pretty rad.
You're very grounded, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, ready? Reoccurring dreams about snakes often signal deeper emotions or unresolved tension in your life. When you encounter snakes in your dreams, understanding their significance can provide valuable insights into your subconscious thoughts.
Wow. The more you know.
That was deep.
Yeah. I wasn't prepared to come in here and have this, but I don't really ever know how to prepare to be on your show. I'm like, should I be prepared to go into like in-depth conversations about like the Big Ten, or should I be prepared to have philosophical conversations with Joe Murray at 9-10 p.m. on a Thursday evening in February?
So we do a rundown, but it's normally
I know.
about sports.
Yeah.
It has not been lately.
No, certainly not. You've been philosophical this week, Joe, though. You have been.
Are you in your feels? Are you going through like the winter? Like
No. I've been working a lot.
Almost enlightened, I feel like. It's not a negative in your feels. It's more of a
feel like I've had
heightened.
I feel as though
Are you in your Unk era?
He is.
Wow. We nailed it.
because I talked about this. I don't like it. I don't like
You don't like it because it's what you're becoming.
Last night, I spoke to a Revs player named Brooklyn Raines.
20 years old.
He's 20, and they call him Unk. He's 20.
He's a big boy.
He's 20. You can't be calling 20-year-old dudes Unks.
I think it's because he's been in MLS for like 4 or 5 years.
He's 20 years old, but he's been in MLS for 5 years.
Yeah.
So he told me when he was 3 years old, he was the greatest soccer player in Chicago.
I believe
and
him.
I do believe him.
Yeah.
Hugo Gonzalez was the greatest 10-year-old ever in Spain. I think Brad Stevens might have said that, actually, when he was drafted. Yeah, you can't prepare for this show.
No, you truly can't. But that's the beauty of it. That's why people love your show.
Well, I got a music song for you, but...
A music song.
A music song. But Liam's in Connecticut. He's angry. Hi, Liam.
Hey, Joe. How we doing? Thanks for having me on here. I got a news here. I got to talk about these roads in western Massachusetts, man, especially in Springfield and Holyoke. Every time I'm driving over them, there's potholes everywhere. I feel like I'm playing hopscotch with my car.
What's going on? Can they fill? You ever filled your own potholes before?
Can't say I haven't, but hey, if they show me how, I'm willing to help.
Is your car lowered?
Yeah, I got a little low car.
Yep. That's where
got
I
a
thought
little
this was
small
going.
car that kind of takes it.
Yep.
Why are you out in Western Mass?
I'll go to school there.
Where do you go to school?
Springfield College.
Don't dox my boy.
That's where River goes. You know River Mitchell at all?
Yeah, I know River pretty well.
Yeah, he was our intern. Did you know that?
Yeah.
How's he doing? He texted me last night.
What's up, Joe?
Yo, River!
How we doing?
It's a man down by the river.
How we doing, Joe?
I've heard from 5 interns today that we've had before. Do you know that, Skez?
It's been a busy week for the interns. I've been in.
It must be a slow time of year right now for them.
Luke is in Barcelona, and he was sending me pictures of Jollibee in Barcelona the other day.
I love Jollibee.
Yes, people love Jollibee.
Hey, River, without giving us an analysis, what grade would you give the Red Sox offseason?
I think the Rangers Suarez signing helps a lot, but I mean, considering they didn't re-sign Bregman, I got to give it like a B minus.
Thank you.
It's
River.
fine.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Has John Cena visited you recently?
He has not. No, he hasn't come back since he was here last, and I was telling you about that. But I don't know where he at.
Do you know why?
I couldn't tell you.
Because you can't see him.
Boo. Boo.
All right, Skaz, we want to play of the game. It's a song. I've sent it to you in Slack, but you got to go to the last verse, okay? So, you get to the song, and it's like the last verse. We gotta go back in time. I didn't set it up right.
This is so Joe show. You guys, this is the best.
It is fun.
This is the best.
It's fun. It's the very, very last chorus. So all that stuff that you just played, not the chorus.
Are you about to
verse.
Rickroll me?
No.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
All right, yeah, that line. One more time, please.
Do I have to say it again? I already forgot.
Just when we'll do
Guys, did I get it right or wrong?
I have no idea. Joe didn't send me this before.
You
Do think
guys!
I know? Kendra, I'm in the same boat as you. This was thrown on me as quickly as it was thrown on you.
You guys, that was so long, Joe. That was I have to recite 30 seconds of song back to you now?
Please sing it for us, Kendra.
What?
So I just feel like it's not what it says.
I co-sign with Kendra's first. Whatever she said first, close the door, I'm leaving, something like that. Yeah.
So the lyrics are, as you leave me, please would you close the door? And don't forget what I told you.
Yeah.
I think pretty right
Just
on.
because you're right, that don't mean I'm wrong. Just another shoulder to cry upon.
I like that you've now started listening to songs to see if you can incorrectly hear them.
I do incorrectly hear them. Every one of them. What was the one with the other day with the bagel?
The bagel?
Yeah, it was a Madonna song, right?
Oh, yeah, it was Madonna, San Pedro.
That's the only one that I feel like I really was off on.
Last night, I bet there's some
Last night I dreamt of some bagel.
Yeah. All right. Never mind.
This might be an all-time Joe show.
It's been a week. The week has kind of been like this. It's been a fever dream of a week at night here.
Fever dream's a good word. Fever dream's a good word. Oh well. We tried. Somebody here? Hey, it's Will Campbell. It's Will Campbell.
What is happening?
Have you ever met Adam Moscatel?
No.
That's Adam Moscatel with his minions. That's Kendra. Hey, Kendra, how you doing? They're meeting you through the glass.
Yep.
With his children. All right. Well, you know what? We're going to go to break, and then somebody wants to talk about the Warriors tonight, and my song didn't work. He brought the on-air sign. Thank you for the event that we're doing tomorrow night at Eat, Drink, and Chill at the Sylvan Street Grill. You know the jingle. Kendra's been there.
I have.
It's going to be fun.
I hope the usual suspects are out for you.
I'm sure they will be.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, the song didn't work.
You got to keep trying.
I'm kind of upset about this.
Do you have a notes app in your phone of them?
Actually, yes, I do.
Okay.
I have to get rid of Drake May.
Drake May is your screensaver?
Yeah, it was only because it was a thing. It was a thing.
That's kind of crazy.
Yep, my notes. See, songs. Madonna, Last Night I Dreamt of. Billy Ocean, Caribbean Queen. Bee Gees, Night Fever. Outfield, Your Love.
Oh, that's a good one. I can't believe your phone background's Drake May.
I need to change it now. What should it be?
I don't know. Mine's been the same thing for 6 years.
Jackson?
No, it's a picture of a cat screaming at the Jaguars logo, and it says, "Why is it depressing?"
Well, on that note, we'll hit the final break of the night here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. There's a Moscatel army right now in our studio. Ace, Sam, and what's his name?
James.
James. Damn.
I'm not a Muscatel. Hey, Michael Muscatel for all my schoolmates out there. No, you're Michael
Wow.
Muscatel, brother.
These are your kids, huh? Later, guys. Wow. That was cool. They loved you.
Yeah, they did. They were funny.
Look at them all. Look at them. Yeah, this is great for radio, everybody. Wow, what's he doing?
That was crazy. I can't. The thought of having a child is so insane.
All right, Kendra, the Warriors come out to play. Well, they're not.
Steph Curry.
No Seth either.
Yeah, I know. No Curry.
you don't get any Curry tonight.
No.
But Kristaps Porzingis making his return tonight.
Of course he is.
Well, his debut, I guess.
Yeah.
And Al Horford, do you remember him?
Of course I do. He was like a childhood hero growing up a Gator fan.
Ooh, that's right.
Yep.